You can dance, everybody look at my pants. We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. But the friends don't die, but I won't pay the pie. Hello. Welcome to Order 42. I am Rob. I am the guy that is in front of the microphone currently. And I'm going to readjust this. It will be probably annoying for a second. And then it's over. And now it's pointed directly at my face hole. This one, right here. Can everyone hear me? I'm sure you can. Welcome. It's time for the show. So what are you going to do about it? But welcome. Good to see all of you here. And I have to say, I think it may be the first time that Justin is first. He asks if he wins a free movie. No. But you earn the respect of everyone here. And that's important. That goes a long way. So I hear. But how's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? I don't know if you guys are pumped as I am for Project Hail Mary, but some of the first reviews are out. And currently on Rotten Tomatoes, it's at a 96% for the critics. I'm very happy about that. I'm going to call this now. In fact, I'm probably going to say this in my review, is that I have a feeling that this is going to be the kind of movie that a bunch of people go and watch it and they say it's awesome and it's great and all that kind of stuff. And then about 2 or 3 months later, people will start to turn on it and we'll see, things wrong with Project Hail Mary and blah, blah, blah. I'm calling it now because nobody can like anything anymore. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to enjoy things and for things to be, pleasurable across all the quadrants, right? There's got to be somebody who's going to be the guy that says, this is derivative or this is blah, blah, blah. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Believe you me. And I know you might be saying, well, Rob, this isn't the normal, optimistic view that we typically get on Order 42. Well, I'm sorry. But I'm seeing a lot of pessimism out there. And I'm tired of it. So I'm not going to roll with that. I think that this movie is going to be great. And in fact, I have tickets to 2 different showings because I'm that confident that it's going to be good. So, the first showings, at least public showings, are supposedly happening this weekend. I have tickets for Monday night at my favorite theater, to Dolby Cinema, and I'm very excited. Very excited. And then I also have tickets for Thursday night. So I may be going to see it twice this week or the next week and a half or so. I'm very excited. So there you go. Take that, naysayers. Anyway, um, what's going on with you guys? Are you guys doing okay? You guys doing well? Let's see. Bonobo Juice came in second. Well, I'm sorry, sir. You were not able to be first. It's okay. We all still enjoy having you here. Most of the time. But the next comment says, "Here's my first question of the night." This is Justin. I'm asking it 2 hours early. What are your thoughts on the film Amelie? Well, I pulled this off the shelf just for you. That's right. Recently, we got a Blu-ray. This is the definitive release of Amelie. You might be saying, but why not 4K? Well, because all of the effects were done at 1080p because of when this was released in 2001. So this is the best you're going to get from this movie. Now, I mean, I'm sure that somewhere down the line they might say, 4K remastering and up converting maybe, may get it even better or whatever, and it might get up to 4K. I don't know, but this is the release. And it's a steelbook and it's gorgeous. This is all the content on the back there. You get that commentary. I watched all this. This was all great. This movie is fantastic, and if you have not seen it, if you have not seen this movie, you need to watch it. It's amazing. It is an amazing film. It's great, and it's all on a single Blu-ray. So there you go. Amelie is a classic. It's one of I don't know where I would rank it, like in my top movies of all time, but I love this movie and I own it, and there's nothing you can do about it. So take that. Take that, Justin. What do you think? And Bonoa Juice says, I'm going to pipe up and say, bank on him saying he loves that movie. I do. I really do. I really do. And Stop Fox says, can I comment yet so I'm not first? You did. You did, and you're not first today. So there you go. Oh, I will mention, I am currently watching an extremely large, I'm not quite under a tornado watch, but there is heavy rain headed my way, and that might affect the stream. So around, I think around 8 p.m. or so. Let's just see. Let's see what they say. Future. I always hate this. They never really get it quite right. But let's see what this is saying here. We're gonna play. Okay, it's not working. Okay, I apparently need to refresh. Hold on. Because, we need to all be aware of what's going on here. Oh, there is actually, is that a tornado warning west of me, going kind of, it's not going to last that long, but it's definitely a tornado warning now. Let's see. Past. Oh, let's go to future. And then let's hit play. Let's see what happens. Yeah, probably in the next, by 8 o'clock, I should be, my house should be engulfed in, not flames, hopefully, but rain. So that's happening. So take that. YouTube didn't send me the notification, even though I have notifications on all. KP Senti, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. I don't use notifications on YouTube because, especially when I get and this is not something like, I'm not bragging or anything like that, but when I get a review or something, or a video that goes up and I get a bunch of comments on it, it's hard to shut it up. So I just turn off the notifications. I just don't need them. I don't. I don't. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You also have to make sure that even if you have it turned on YouTube, if you have it on your phone, you may need to make sure that your phone has notifications turned on. I mean, that's a thing. But I'm sure you're smart enough to check that out, you know. But again, I'm not a freaking tech guy. Yeah. So take that. I don't know why I keep saying that. But anyway, I just got the notification. How is there so many posts and Fox is not first? Well, time to take a well-planned health to feel lighter dump. Well, Cosma, I also took part in a pre-show dump. It is a Tuesday night thing. I just have to make sure, because nobody wants that. Nobody wants a bunch of dead air while I'm off, dropping anchor in there. Nobody wants that. So I just make sure that I'm well empty beforehand. It's my gift to you. But welcome, Cosma, and welcome, Rufus. Welcome to you. And there's Ricky and Rufus again. And yeah, you can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. But if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine. I don't know. The safety dance, man. The safety dance. What's the group? That was the only song, right? By them that got, made it as a hit. You can dance. You can dance. Everybody look at your pants. Anyway. Ninjitsu, welcome. Good to see you. You feel better and lighter. Good. Paw Paw's pants? Look, Paw Paw has man, the dude has gone on vacation. Paw Paw is no longer around. Because I'll just say it is might be a troublesome topic these days. Because, nobody can use their imagination anymore. And, comedies, you know what I mean. Men without hats. Thank you, Shozama. And look at that. Judith Emmett. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. And she says, even better if you speak French. Well, I mean, I do have subtitles, so. But I don't speak French. So yeah, can you? Oh, it won't. Click the exit full screen. It won't do it. It won't do it. Maybe if I do this. Yeah, you can't really see it. But yeah, there you go. There's tornadoes, and that red block is a tornado watch. So heading toward this whole line is well, you can't really see though. It's a pretty big line, and it's headed toward Fort Worth, and it says 8 p.m. So that's a thing. That's a thing. 8 Eastern, 7 Central is when the show starts. So, but you're here already, so who cares? By the way, you might be wondering, hey Rob, hey Order 42 person, why is there no liquid pole tonight? Well, I'm not finished with this tank yet, so we can't try liquid if I don't have any clean tanks. So sorry, but next week for sure there will be a liquid pole, and it will be glorious, and you guys will pick, and then I will vape it like a big vapey person. I don't know. Okay, I don't know, but I'm very excited about Project Hail Mary coming out next week. I've been basically talking up that thing since the book came out. Since I read the book, I love the book. So I already know story wise what I'm gonna get. I did mention, I think, on stream that the last trailer actually put tears in my eyes. So it's probably gonna be pretty good. And Ryan Gosling's awesome, and so are Lord and Miller. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the movie. So yeah, yeah. I decided to stop commenting first since everyone's mad at me and hates me now. Ricky, no one hates you. Okay? No one hates you. Come on. No one hates you for being first. Nobody. I mean, does anybody actually hate anyone in here? I don't. I don't hate anyone in this chat. No, it's not true. I really don't hate anyone. I find oh, this is my I was like, what is this? Oh yeah, this is my my labs. My labs report, not report, I don't know. I have to take this to get labs soon. And I can't remember when. I'm going to have to call my doctor and go, "Hey, when do you want these labs done?" Yeah. Take all the blood apparently. So, you know, it's good. It's a good thing. So when the computers take over and, Skynet comes online, they will also know exactly what I'm capable of as a human. So I will probably be one of the first they take out. Or they may go, that guy's so weak. He can't. Don't worry about him, Don't worry about him. I don't know. So yeah, there you go. 2001 had 1080p. Seen many VHS previews with Amelie on it. Yeah, it's not that it's not necessarily that 1080p was because DVD didn't come out till 2000. No, wait. DVD came out in 97, right? My guess is that they had finished it in 1080p because I don't know why. But I remember on the making of all the featurettes and stuff, one of them had said that yeah, we couldn't do this in 4K because of when it was produced. Now, you look at something like Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones was also recorded in 1080p, I believe. Like a lot of the effects, but of course, they spent the money to go up, So, but yeah, yeah. So, it got cringe. Ninjinzu thinks it was cringe that Star Fox was always first. Well, there you go. There you go. Is it possible for the area to be flooded like Houston? I'll just say this, not me. I live on somewhat of a hill. When it rains, especially in my backyard, my backyard is kind of slanted away from the house, so the water will flow down the hill. And then of course, like if you come, it's not like I said, it's not like this huge hill. It's not like I live on a on a big freaking mountain. It's just that it's a slight hill enough that we never have any flooding problems here because it all runs away from the house. So we're at the top of kind of at a crest, if you will. So yeah, no. But like I said, in fact I've told this story. I think I told this story. I probably told this story. And y'all probably, even if you were here when I told the story, you probably don't remember. But we had 3 tornadoes in this area. We had 3 tornadoes touch down within about a month of each other. So it was one about, I'd guess, a half a mile north of here. one on the street behind me, and then one that the cell went right over kind of like where I live, and then it landed east of here. So yeah, this is because of where I live. It's kind of a, I'm not gonna say it's a hotbed for tornadoes. It's not like, every other day I'm going outside and I'm like, oh, look, tornado. It's not like that. But it is in the springtime. It's kind of, you gotta just, you know, head on a swivel. You never know. So yeah. If William Shatner sung the safety dance, maybe. Men without hats. Got the full name on this account because I moved and I didn't like my old account, and it didn't like my old account over here. Ah, got it. Got it. Well, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. I'm not even going to talk anymore. And Jinzu was mean to me because I was first. You can talk however much as you, doesn't matter. You can chat all you want. I mean, don't go like first, second, third, or, whatever. Rank your movies in my chat. I don't know. But Johnny Flipswitch, hello. Good to see you, sir. I hope you're doing okay. I hope things are going well for you. Check out Ventusky. Cool website for weather. I mean, is this something I have to do right now? I've never even heard. Oh, Ventu Sky, maybe? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that is nice. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I mean, dude, my computer. I will tell you this. I am ready for Apple to release their new Mac Minis and their new iMacs so I can figure out what the hell I'm going to do to replace this computer, because the last probably 2 weeks of updates, my editing it's so like, what I do is I layer my video streams on top of each other. So if there's like, hey, right here I want a clip from a movie, I'll just take that out of the trailer and put it on top of the regular footage instead of cutting out the footage and then trying to fit it in there and all that. It's better to just put the footage where you want it, and then you can scrub through and figure it out. Well, what happens is I put that other video layer on top of the other video layer, and then I get the spinning beach ball. Because my computer's like, oh God, what are you making me do? And it's like, dude, you're an Intel i9 with 64 gigs of RAM. There should be no problem here, But I think it's just because, I mean, the thing's, going on 6 years old. But yeah, look at this. It's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. And as you hover, you can see what the temperature is. That's pretty cool, I gotta say. So like around, okay, so it's 76 or so in Dallas. It's a little warmer over here, and like in this area is where I live. In this general area. And it says it's 78 or 77. I don't know. I can't really tell. I'm guessing I could zoom in. Yeah. Would it get more? Oh, there you go. So I live like in this area. 78, 79. Yeah. That's pretty neat. And then here's where the rain is. And it's, let me see if I hit radar. Oh, there you go. Holy crap. Yeah. That's pretty neat. Oops. I didn't mean to. Oops. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I gotta say. Pretty cool. In fact, I might leave that here. Let me just reopen the last closed tab. We'll just leave that up. But thank you, Ninja. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty cool. I got rid of my vape and got a fume, kind of loving it. Isn't that the one that's like, it's just air? There's like no nicotine or anything. It's just air. I mean, look, if you're trying to quit vaping, I mean, go for it. But for me, I look, okay. I do need my nicotine, and I've got one of the lowest. Like for example, here's the bottle that I just finished off. 3 milligram. 3 milligram. Like when you get like a disposable, it's 50. So it's not like I have a whole lot of nicotine, but hey, I need it because it's a thing. But and you don't get that. Anyway, that is tasty though. You know what that tastes like? It kind of tastes like a vanilla coffee in a way. That's what that like a strong like a deep vanilla coffee. It's good. It's tasty. I don't hate anyone in life. Hate takes too much energy. I mean, you're not wrong. Whoa. Well, well, well. Everything just went. So there you go. Any therapy sessions since last show? Ninjinzu? That is a great question. And the answer is no. No. Um, my therapist basically said, hey, get out of here. So I did. No. Basically what it is because I got to tell you, I had like a dip, you know. I had a dip, and at the basically at the okay crest of waves. What's the at the bottom part is basically where I made the appointment, right? And it's basically as I made the appointment, I started feeling better and I started thinking about things differently. And by the time I actually got to the first therapy session, I'd already made some progress. So she said at the end of the second one, she basically said, "Look, I kind of feel like you're doing okay. I kind of feel like your head's in a good place right now. How do you feel about coming next week, or would you rather, maybe take a few weeks and see how things are going? If you're still doing fine, then no problem. But if, just see how you do." And I said, "Yeah, I feel like I'm in a pretty good place right now." So we've basically put everything on pause, which is a good thing. I'm excited for, I mean, really what it is it's about clarity. And I think part of it too is, it's like, I don't know about any of you, but lately I've had a lot of trouble sleeping. And I think part of it is that I was spending too much time online doing stuff and, not enough time basically getting ready to go to sleep instead of, just basically turn off the phone and go to sleep. So what I've been doing over the last few weeks is I've been reading more at night. So basically turning off the phone and basically ignoring it. And if you notice, I haven't been on Discord as much lately. And I think it's just because I need to unplug every now and then, and just kind of step away for a bit and let things do their thing, and then I can come back to it in bursts and not like being constantly, you know what I mean? And it's not like I was ever really bad about it, but I think I had gotten bad about it at night. It became part of my go to bed ritual was to jump on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, mostly Twitter, and look at what's going on or whatever. And of course, I watched a video with Tom Segura, and he was on some podcast, and he was saying something along the lines, and of course, it's probably mostly accentuated for comedic effect. But he was saying you realize that the average IQ is like 100. And what that means is that there's a lot of people. There's some people above and there's some people below. And guess what? all of these people are on the internet. And it made me go, So maybe don't give those people that much attention. Don't give the internet that much attention, because there's just a lot of noise, and there's a lot of wrong information. And unfortunately, AI is being built on a lot of the wrong stuff people are saying. And it made me go, makes sense. But anyway, and I'm one of those people. Let me just qualify this. For a long time, my ego would make me say things like, "Oh, well, my IQ is blah blah blah," not realizing that IQ is only a metric. It doesn't tell the whole story. Just because you have a whatever your IQ is doesn't mean you're an idiot, and it doesn't mean you're a genius. What it means is you have the potential to be whatever, right? Doesn't mean that you're good at, I almost said balancing your checkbook. Who balances their checkbook these days? But anyway, it doesn't mean that you're good at everything. And it also means typically the smarter you are, the less in touch you are with just regular common sense stuff. So I'm terrible at so many things. And that's something that I've kind of had to come to grips with over the years, is that, yeah, I may be a smart guy in some areas, but I'm an idiot in a lot of areas. So that's the thing, is knowing yourself and knowing where you have issues. And I'm not saying that, you should sit there and dwell on your issues or whatever, but you either have to know, hey, I'm not good at this part. you got to know where your strengths and weaknesses are, so that you can navigate life and you can go, okay, I'm not really good at this. So I'm going to have to pay special extra attention to make sure that I don't, put the tire on backwards or whatever. This is just an example. I've never done that. I've never put the tire on backwards. I'm just saying. So I don't even know. That all came from the therapy, didn't it? Anyway, yeah. And honestly, hey, Bucho knows. Bucho loves it when I'm honest. He said it so many times. He's like, dude, honestly, I love it when you're honest. So I'm going to be honest about this. This is also, it also helps, with my, just talking to you guys and talking about movies and things like that. It's fun, and it's a good method of healing. So I have all of you guys to appreciate and to thank for helping me through all this, So thank you. I mostly hate Ninjinzu and Justin, but I hate Bucho quite a bit too. And Star Fox lives rent free in my head most days. That's Rufus saying that. Channeling your inner Daffy Duck. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. Star Fox. But I bet in your head, whew, that was a gem. Sorry. Hating you is a daily ritual. Wow. If you have hate in your heart, let it out. I mean, responsibly. I mean, don't just let it out, I downloaded GTA 5 because of you. Oh boy. Hadn't played since 2021. Hey, look, we're getting a new one here in just a few short months, right? I don't even know. I got to be honest, I don't know. I know. Honesty, right? I don't know. I haven't played a common or a current video game in months. I'm playing a video game from like 2017 or something like that, 2016. I don't know how old it is. It's old. And then that's my zonk out for a few minutes thing. So good. I hope all the bad things in game happen to you and nobody else. Wow. His comments being made about letting others being first. Keyword letting. See? GTA London earlier today because I'm a giant nerd. Well, Justin, hey, there's nothing wrong with being nerdy because You're in the right place. You are in the right place. We are nerdy here, and it's okay. It's okay. There is lightning. What is DBZ? Oh, wow, that's cool. Okay, this is really neat, this website. Look at this. So when you click on something, it gives you the coordinates, and it gives you the distance of, I'm guessing, good places. And you can see there's like lightning. We're there you go. See, you can see lightning popping up. Like recent lightning strike. That is freaking neat, man. That is really cool. And that's the airflow. See, it's all coming from the south right now. But man, look at how it goes into the storm and then kind of look at that. That's really, really cool. Like this area, look at this area, how it goes whoop, and then it kind of does this. That's really cool. Very cool. But yes, Tornado Alley. For sure, Shozama. For sure. My brain always tells me you are Judith is it Haig? Is that Hogue? I don't know how to say her name. Even though I know you aren't. A bunch of GTA stuff. I don't know anything about that. Is Vent You Sky? Wait, where'd it go? Killing your PC. It's not killing it. It's just, you know. Oh, look at that. Here's precipitation. Oh, that's cool. Are those all lightning strikes? Because if so, that's freaking cool. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's a lot of inches. Wow. This is really neat. Huh. Interesting. So my route when I used to do the stuff for Apple, my route was let's see. I had Gainesville. So this was the northernmost part that I had to do there. Let me see if I can oh. Yeah. Bowie. I say Bowie, but they say Bowie. This was the furthest northwest I would have to go. And then I had over to Graham, then to Breckenridge, and then see, look how slow that was. That was slow. And then down to Stephenville. And then it kind of came, it was kind of this area. So I had to drive all over the place to do my job. That is freaking neat though. That airflow is cool. And see, that's how you can tell like circulation and stuff. So if there's a tornado, it usually on the radar, it usually looks like a comma. Gosh, we might does it have no. There's temperature, radar. So a lot of times you can actually see where the tornado is because there's like a little comma where it's like it's the circulation of the air. This is a really cool that's really cool. How old is your computer? 6 years. Just about. But you have to understand too, this is an Apple computer, it's an iMac, and it's the last Intel they made. And so everything they've done since then has all been for their own silicon, Apple silicon, right? So the M1, M2, right? They're about to come out with M5s for the Mac Mini, which is kind of what I want. So I can use any display I want. And the iMacs, which it's almost like the iMacs, they've kind of positioned to be more of like, you know, like your typical everyday, like almost like a MacBook Air, Where, like, to me, the MacBook Pros are for people who are a little more serious about stuff and they need a better video card, more video memory and all that kind of stuff. The MacBook Airs are more for your typical everyday, no big deal kind of stuff. Going on the internet, checking your email, stuff like that. But if once you get into like video editing and stuff like that, you'd want like a MacBook Pro. Well, the iMac is positioned to be more of your family computer, and it just means that it's generally good for pretty much everything. But if you want more power, then you have to go up a little bit. And with the Mac Mini, there's the Mac Studio, which is about like this big, but the Mac Mini is about like that, right? The Mac Mini would fit very nicely on my desk, and I could do all my stuff on that. It's actually what my wife has. She has, I don't remember which one she has, M2 or M3 when she bought hers, but it's perfect for her, And she does some graphic stuff on there. She does some coding and stuff like that, which does need some power. And for me, since I don't record anything, I don't have a 4K computer or a 4K camera. I don't think there's any reason at this point to have a 4K camera. All it would do is make all the file sizes big, and it just doesn't make sense. And most streaming, you can't do higher than 1080p. I mean, you can do 1440, but does anybody need to see me that clearly? I don't think so. It's not that kind of show. So, and I think the show looks good for what it is, basically me talking to a camera. So I don't need anything more than, say, like the Mac Mini M5, maybe the Pro or whichever. I don't know the levels anymore. They changed all that. So it's basically going to be a big jump from going from an old Intel iMac to one of the new Apple Silicon Macs. So, yeah. There you go. Jody B, what's going on? He said, I'm just playing some Marathon, but I need a break for a bit, so I'll hang. Hey, it's good to have you. It's good to have you. And sorry I'm so far behind. You know how I do. You know how I do. I get into a story and then, I get behind. What advice do you have for someone moving to Texas? Really, you just have to be aware of weather, because it's one of the things. When Leon was here, it was so funny because it was the first time that he'd been in a thunderstorm, and it scared the crap out of him because they're violent. These thunderstorms are not, I mean, for me, it's like, yeah, we have these all the time, but they can be crazy, And like, I remember when a few years ago, in fact, I know I played a video of it on the show. We had hail that when it was hitting the house, it sounded like people were banging on my house with like baseball bats. That's what it sounded like. It was crazy. And then, of course, like I said, the tornadoes and stuff, the high winds and all that kind of stuff. So that's part of it. Other than that, it gets hot. It gets hot here. So the further south you go, the hotter it's going to be. The closer you get to the Gulf, the more, and I'm talking about the Gulf of Mexico or whatever they're calling it now. It's the Gulf of Mexico, at least in my opinion. I'm old school, I guess. But the closer you get to that, the more humid it is, because it can get really humid. Yeah, I mean, come visit and see what it's like. I love Texas for the most part. I don't like over 100-degree weather, but I also like that it doesn't snow a lot here. And when it does, it's usually pretty brief. It's usually over in like a week. There's a little ice on the ground, a little snow on the ground, but then it's gone. And I kind of like that. Computers don't really go bad. They just become Linux machines. It's like an escalator becoming stairs. It works just fine. It's just not fancy. I mean, you're right. That's the thing. It's not like my computer won't do the things that I want it to do. It's just not, my workflow has changed. When it's time to edit, it's like, okay, this is probably going to take 35 to 50% longer than it used to. Because I'm guessing because when they're writing the code, it's optimized for Apple Silicon, not for Intel anymore. Intel will still work, but it's just showing its age. So There you go. There you go. That's a cool weather site, but I live in Southern California, so I really don't need anything like that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If you live in a pretty temperate place, like California, yeah, you really don't need anything like that. But see, when you go to California, then you have to start worrying about, or not worrying, but you have to think about, your earthquakes and your grass fires and all that kind of stuff. So it's different. It's just different. Uh-oh, more vaping talk. Hey, Shozama, it's not all the time. And there's no liquids to try tonight. So you're safe. You're going to be safe. I started using that when Houston got that last minute warning about the hurricane. Definitely had to get correct info at all times. Yes. I'm hearing things outside that sound like children. I did tell you, I think I did. I told you that they came to apologize. So that was actually really cool. So there you go. We're getting another vape poll before GTA 6. Yes, of course. Of course. And there's KP Senti returning. Watching and celebrating from a panda's expression. I don't know what that means. I'm so far behind in the chat. So we're going to get caught up. No thanks was like 2 hours of vape talk last week. No, it wasn't. Shozama. No, it wasn't. Are you actually gone? Oh, you're not gone. It wasn't that long. And we're pretty much done. There's nothing to talk about. Somebody asked, or somebody said a thing. Or no, it was Jude talking about the fume or whatever. And I see Filbert. Hello, Filbert. And hey, I'm just going to say, I apologize to you guys for not being in your streams, but I've been watching a lot of TNG. Okay. Star Trek, The Next Generation. It's my first time through. I seriously have been spending so much time watching Star Trek, The Next Generation. I haven't had time for a whole lot of things. So I apologize. At least I have a therapist on dial just in case. True. That blue light ruining the sleep. I mean, that's part of it, but I think it's just because some of it is just like, man, I just want my brain to shut up, because that's what happens is like, and then it's like, I need to knock that off. And so, like I said, I've been reading, for the last hour, and that really helps. So, hot feet. I can't sleep due to having hot feet. Oh yeah, Ninjinzu, the what is it? The nighttime, whatever it's called, nighttime shift, warm shift. Yes. I want to get a home phone again with an answer machine. Why? I mean, if you want to unplug, I mean that's a good way to do it, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I've never really been a big fan of the home phone, having the home phone. Man, that is cool. I just refreshed it. Isn't that weird? Look, it like right here, it looks like the air is being sucked in to the middle of the storm here. It's really neat looking. It's just really cool. Pretty cool. Half the population has a less than average IQ. They are our responsibility. Dunning-Kruger makes them dangerous and us complacent. It's a huge problem. You bring what? Oh, you bring dumbass curve into the equation, we're cooked. Well, again, I just don't know if we need to be. It's one of the things I've been saying for years, and I don't know if somebody probably smarter said it, and you probably heard this before, but it's like one of the best things about the internet is that it allowed everybody to have a voice. One of the worst things about the internet is that everyone has a voice. So that's what I always used to say. I'm content with not knowing everything or not being the most knowledgeable in the room. Well, it's kind of like anything. Sometimes if you're, I don't know why this came to my head, but I said, if you're the smartest person in the room, you won't learn nothing. yeah, you know, hang out with smart people, learn some things. It's kind of fun. Who uses checks nowadays? The I don't use a check at all now. So, yeah, the people behind the wheel, that's another thing that's scary. All these student drivers on their phones. I do often ask people for blank checks. You need to balance your checkbook with iTunes/Apple purchases since debit purchases don't post them immediately. That's true. When is Rob not honest though? I mean, you're right. I don't typically, as far as I know, I do not. I do not. I don't. I don't really. I don't really hide anything. You guys know. Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, I'm sure there's things that I'm not thinking of, but yeah. If I'm your therapist, I expect a check. Bilbert, the check is in the mail. That's why I don't drive or get in vehicles. Oh. Bought a Switch 2. This is 7th. Bought a Switch 2, not feeling it. Bought Ash vs. Evil Dead Collection on Blu-ray. Very much feeling that. Well, see, the thing about the Switch 2 is that there's just not a whole lot of exclusives. And there's not a whole lot of... And I think this is, in general, for the most part, most first years of a console are going to be like that. There's going to be a few really good games, and then it's going to take a couple of years for, the third parties to really start taking advantage of the hardware. I think the Switch 2 is kind of amazing. I love the bigger screen. I love the bigger Joy-Cons. I love the Pro Controller 2 or whatever. And I love how fast everything is. It's just more snappy. It's basically a Switch Pro, which is exactly what I wanted. So, yeah. So maybe it's just, I mean, and look, there are definitely, with just like anything, there are definitely going to be some concerns that are warranted. But in my opinion, for what it is, I'm very much enjoying it. Even though there's not really, at least for me, there's not really a killer app on it yet. From what I've heard, Resident Evil 9 is great on it. I'm not a big Resident Evil fan, so it's not that I don't. It's more that I just don't like playing those types of games. I don't like having to deal with, managing inventory. It's just not my kind of game. And then the horror element on top of that, it's just not my thing. But the game that was really like kind of eye-opening to me was Donkey Kong Bonanza. That game is fun, man. Now, by the end of it, when I was getting close to the end, I was like, okay, I'm ready for this game to be over. I'm ready to be done with this game. It's fun, but I'm ready to be done. But it's still it's good. It's really good. Ninjinzu is mean because I'm letting others be first. I'm leaving. You need to calm down. O is in Malone, Y7K. Again, with these name changes, you could have been here before, and maybe I just never noticed, but hey, welcome. Good to see you. I don't know if I've seen you here, but welcome. Unlimited power. Really, when it comes to a computer, all I need, I want to be able to, edit quickly, and for me, it's the exporting is a big thing. For a minute of footage, it takes me about a minute to render. I'd like to get that down. That'd be kind of cool. And it would just speed everything up. So yeah. You guys have basements in Texas, yeah? No. And it's because of the flooding. It's because of how saturated the ground gets. There's too much shifting in the land. So basements are not a normal thing here. They do have them. They are there every now and then, but for the most part, no, it's not a thing. I live in an apartment, Rufus, so no basement for me. I'm on the border of Dallas and Garland. See? But I mean, apartments are a different thing anyway. Oh, it'll be headed toward him. But see, what happens is, this is just in general, Texas weather, at least Metroplex weather, Typically, the storms come in, yeah, so from the northwest, and they kind of come down like this. So if the metroplex is right here, like where my face is, comes in and it goes like this. So typically, what happens is by the time it gets across the metroplex, right? So there's Dallas over here. By the time it gets here, it's weakened. Now that's not always the case, but in a lot of cases, because of the heat generated by all the traffic in the metroplex, it usually helps to dissipate the storm or weaken the storm. So typically, as the thing comes through, it's not as intense. The problem is I live on this side. So if it's coming in like this and it's hitting me first, typically I get the stronger stuff. Now, it's a completely opposite if it's coming, I'm trying to do this right, from the north or from the southwest. If it comes up like this, sometimes they come up like this, then it's completely different. Sometimes I don't get anything. Like all the metroplex will be like, oh my God, we're flooding. And I'm over here like, I didn't see a drop. And it's just that's the way it is sometimes. So, yeah. It's supposed to start raining here, but it's dry right now. Yes. Tornado warning too. And nah, I don't have a basement. Too much work and money. We need to see you in 8K. No, thank you. I don't think so. I think that would be bad. Leon got scared of thunderstorms. I'm so messaging him. Well, he was freaked out just because he wasn't used to seeing that level of strength in a thunderstorm. Because what was going on is we were going north on I-35, which kind of goes right through Fort Worth. In fact, if you look, see that line that goes through Fort Worth, like right there, right? That's I-35. Okay. And I-35 joins up there in Denton, way up there. So there's an I-35 east and an I-35 west, right? Well, we were driving up I-35 west and a storm like this was coming in. It was dark. And so all you could see was the lightning. And the lightning was just like popcorn. And he was just like, oh my God. And then when he got home is right about when it hit. And it was just really loud. And he's not used to having that kind of storm. So I was in San Antonio in November and got sunburned. I thought I'd die. I mean, it is intense here. I hate when the weather's over 50. Well, I mean, that's like all the time. If you go to West Texas or Panhandle, less humid in the summer, it's a dry heat. Yes, for sure. Even 50 is cold and I'm a Brit. I mean, I moved to Texas from California about 5 years ago. They're completely different, but Texas is all right. See, there you go. Take it from Johnny. Panda Express. I have no idea what that even... What? Oh, it refreshed and it took it off of live chat. Dang it. TNG first time is greater than Filbert streams. Well, I appreciate that, but I'm missing out on some of the streams. Because I know you were streaming and Jinzi was streaming and I think Rufus was streaming the other day and I was just like, I was locked into Next Generation. It's fun. It's a really fun show. Beijing beef. Rob is becoming a Trekkie. It warms my heart. Look, here's the thing. I don't see it that way. It's more like I appreciate Star Wars for what it is, and I appreciate Star Trek for what it is. I don't see why there's a fight. Other than, maybe it's kind of like Apple versus Android or what, you know what I mean? Like to me, I see it as hey, we both love sci-fi. One is sci-fi fantasy, and one is it was more like sci-fi futurism kind of, it's all good, man. Like nobody should fight. We move in a month. Web browsing back on the desktop only. See, that might be what I have to do. So San Antonio November isn't even really hot compared to how it usually is. That's true. Sometimes you got to pay a boomer. That is true. That is true. And for a while there, we had a guy that would mow our lawns, and it was very inexpensive, and we paid him by check. But now we don't pay him by check anymore. So, internet is fantastic for making everything accessible, but it is a double-edged sword since it removes barriers of entry, which are important for professionalism and experience. That's a really diplomatic way of saying not everybody's great on the internet. Blank Check the movie's a 20th century classic. Is it though? I mean, is it? There's probably people like, I love that movie. And I'm just like, oh, I didn't realize we were still on the weather thing. Sorry. You're probably like, can you get off the weather thing? I use e-checks to pay utilities. Me too. And they take 2 business days to post. Checks are great to avoid credit card or sometimes debit card fees. That's true too. I don't really think of it that way because most of my stuff is, you know, and I get points and all that kind of stuff. I love my Switch 2. I do too. I think it's, like I said, if I look at it like that, like, yeah, just like a Switch Pro, then I really enjoy it. Now, I mean, do I want a new Legend of Zelda optimized for the Switch 2? Like a real Legend of Zelda, you know, like the next Legend of Zelda game? Of course I do. But I also understand it takes time. And honestly, Breath of the Wild on the Switch 2 is beautiful and plenty good for me. So if I want to play through that again. And when I said 2017, it's probably before that. When did 2012. I'm playing a game from 2012, basically. That's what I've been just... I get in there and I play a little bit, then I get off. Diablo 3. That's right. Diablo 3. I've just been having a blast getting in there, doing a couple of riffs, and then getting off and doing something else. It's fun. So, that's what I'm kind of in the mood to do right now. I'm not in the mood to get into a game for 60 hours or anything like that. It's just not my thing. It's not what I'm into. So I'm scared of this summer. Well, you just got to be careful. Bring your, make sure you hydrate. That's important, because you're going to sweat a lot. You'll get used to it. It's just part of the thing. It's part of the deal. I mean, again, I think the main thing is it's going to get really hot and you just got to take care of your skin, So sunscreen, limit your activity outside, especially when they do those air quality things. Because man, that can really mess you up. Make you sick, actually. Today I learned that The Force Awakens on Switch is a port of the crappy Wii version. I am disappointed. I gotta be honest, I haven't really liked a Star Wars Lego game since the Complete Saga. I didn't like the last one, the Skywalker Saga thing. I didn't like it. Welcome, Chris. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. I finished building another PC. Now I have a Ryzen 7 7800 3D with 32 gigs of RAM. Hey, that sounds like a lot of numbers. And hey, more power to you, I guess. I don't really know Windows that well. My last Windows machine is a Windows 10, so that's a thing. It'll be snowing outside and I'll just be wearing a t-shirt and jeans. Well, Panda Express just to see you confused. I know, I don't understand. I hate moving, packing, and cleaning. It all sucks. Yes, for sure. Star Wars Outlaws for Switch 2. Now that's an idea. I actually want Star Wars Outlaws. I want to give that a shot, and I just haven't done it. Wait a minute. I have it. I own it. I got it on PC on Black Friday. Or not PC, PS5. I still haven't played it. I still haven't played Guardians of the Galaxy. So if that gives you an idea of my gaming habits. Hey Rob, when are you gonna stream Arc Raiders? I'd love to, but I suck. So it was actually something that I was talking about earlier today, was that the thing about, like, I think that I could be, if I could practice and get good at something, at a game or whatever, I think I could be a pretty effective streamer. The problem is I suck at video games, and I suck at uh uh what do you call it? I get sucked into a game. And I think it must be like some sort of ADHD or something. I don't know what it is, but I'll get sucked into a game and forget to talk and forget that I'm streaming because I'm into the game. I can't think of the term. You know what I'm talking about. I get laser focused anyway. It's what I'm trying to say. So, but I don't know. I'm just I suck at it. I don't know. I like the weather background. Hey, oops, that's just that. Let's do a refresh. I don't think that's current because it looks exactly the same in the same place as it did an hour ago, and it said it was going to be here at 8. Oh, that says 7:40. Oh, it's doing some. Okay, it's doing some. Okay, here it is currently, I think, and it's not loading. There you go. That can't be right. That can't be right. Hold on. Hold. This map session is expired. Okay. How about we just do a reset? Okay, so it's getting close. It's getting close. And I don't need your video playing in the background, Mr. Weather person. Anyway. So anyway, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'd say Blank Man is a classic. Since you're a weatherman now, can you check on Michigan for me? I hear we have storms about to hit the Lansing area. Sure. Let's zoom way out. Oops. Michigan. Wait. It's so bad. Does that help? I don't. Wait, Michigan. Michigan. Lake Michigan is like right here. No? Wait, here? Green Bay, Wisconsin. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Here it is. Michigan. Got there eventually. Lansing. So yeah, you've definitely got some you've got some storms headed your way, sir. I don't. Would you stop that? Dude. Stop, dude. What is going on? What is happening right now? What is happening? Where am I? I'm at the freaking North Pole or something all of a sudden? Oh my gosh, man. Oh my God. How did it do that? There we go. There we go. Hands off. There you go. You have storms coming your way. So be careful, you know? Would you need to spend less on physical media for a while if you picked up a new Mac? Well, here's the thing. We have come up with a plan, my wife and I. We have an upgrade plan where we decide that we're going to spend so much money from our, we're going to spend so much money for an electronics upgrade. Sometimes that includes a phone. Sometimes that's an iPad. Sometimes that's a computer. So last year, this is something new we've started. So this year we have a budget for her to get a new laptop because of all of the stuff that she's doing, coding and such. And then for me, for a Mac Mini or whatever. If the iMac, if I can upgrade the iMac to have more RAM and And really, I need to look at and this is something I haven't done yet. I haven't looked into M5 specs and what it takes to actually upgrade it. If I can upgrade the iMac to the mid level of the whatever M5 chip, and then with RAM, I should be able to get it all in budget. But if it's out of budget, then I have to pay for it. So it just depends. But generally, I'm going to try to keep it in budget because I need my physical media. You know, I mean, gosh, we got Blue Thunder from Arrow coming. We've got Redbeard, which I already have pre-ordered. We have my Speed Racer I've already paid for. We have the General in 4K. I want that. And there's one other one that I haven't pre-ordered yet. So yes and no, but most likely not. Most likely not. I call Diablo Diabelo's Ristorante. That's fancy. Top 5 best movie artworks, your favorites. That's a great question, Movie Eye Club. And welcome back. We missed you last week. Where'd you go? Where'd it go? Okay. Movie artwork. I would say Return of the Jedi is one of my favorites. And not the one where it's just the hands holding the lightsaber. I'm talking about the full, like the regular artwork. I love that. I would probably say you're talking about movie posters, I'm guessing. Back to the Future is a classic one. Love that one. Raiders of the Lost Ark's a great one. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade's a great one. Shawshank Redemption, the one that Drew Struzan did. Awesome. I'm thinking of like covers on Blu-rays and stuff. The Big Trouble in Little China is a classic. Oh my God. And then mostly Drew Struzan, you know? Honestly, this is going to be one of those where it's like, really? That's it? But I love the simplicity of Aliens. You know, there was that one poster where it just said Aliens across it. And it's it looked awesome. With the blue behind, like almost like a blue glow around it. I love that. I thought it was so freaking cool. Well, that's more than 5. So pick some of those. But I mean, mostly you're talking to a Drew Struzan fan. I love Drew Struzan's artwork. Most of his stuff is like it's completely in line with the movie that like a lot of people will think. Some people will think of The Thing and they'll think of the movie The Thing. Sure. You know, they'll think of Kurt Russell, they'll think of Keith David, they'll think of the weird head on the spider legs or whatever. But to me, the first thing I think of typically is that poster image with the exploding white head. It's awesome. So, there you go. Darksiders 2. I like the Darksiders. It's weird. I've never been a huge fighting game guy, but Darksiders, when I got it for whatever emulation thing that I had, I played the crap out of that. And then I remember playing the Street Fighter games a lot. Because I had some collection for, I think, PS1, and I played it a lot. And then I was like, I'm not even good at this. Why am I playing this? So, anyway. Sorry, I meant Force Unleashed. I got my forces crossed. Oh, hey-oh. Yeah, Force Unleashed is, I gotta be honest, man, I've never vibed with those games. And I think part of it is that I don't like how overpowered the Force is. And it's part of the reason why, in my opinion, I think a lot of people don't like The Last Jedi. Is because they think of the Force as something where you level up, you know, and you whatever. But I don't look at the Force that way. I never have. I look at the Force the way I look at the movies, and that's what I think the Force can do. So for me, I really enjoyed the way that the Force was portrayed in The Last Jedi. it's amazing. And a lot of people are like, no, it sucks. But that's just my opinion. I don't like it to be too overpowered. I don't like people pulling Star Destroyers out of the sky. It's too much. It's too much. It's taking it to superhero levels, and that's not what Jedi were. In my opinion. Just my opinion, my take. Top 5 best Ben Affleck movies. Okay. One of my favorite Ben Affleck performances is in Dogma. I love his performance in Dogma, but I also think his performance in Good Will Hunting is really good. Of course, Armageddon is a fan favorite. I don't think it's really his best performance or anything like that. I love The Accountant. I think that was pretty great. And I really look, I know that the Snyder Bros and all the things, right? I get it. The Snyder Bros are, there's people who like, the DCEU or whatever they are calling that now, the Snyderverse. There were things about the Snyderverse I really enjoyed, but there were also things that I thought were a little over the top. But I have to say, I did enjoy a lot of the Snyderverse, and I enjoyed Ben Affleck's take on Batman. I think it's pretty great. So for me, my favorite is Dogma, just because he's so intense in that movie, but for good reason, and I liked it. I just really like that movie. What is this link? This Amazon link? Oh, $579 for the M4 Mac Mini. True, but I want the M5, and that's why I'm waiting for the M5. I know you want it. But yeah, M5, man. Other option in Texas is to get up early to avoid the harsh sun if you need to do anything outside. Also get white shirts or light color reflective clothes to help stay cooler. For sure. That's why, when I'm doing my hiking, I have my reflective shirts. One of them is a bright green, like this color green over here. It's intense. It's like, whoa, it looks like a tennis ball, but man, it keeps me cool. So that's a thing. A large hat. A hat is a good thing, for sure. I enjoy Star Wars Outlaws. It gets too much unwarranted hate because Ubisoft. I mean, I think Rogue One was better than the Star Wars 8 and 9. I disagree about 8. I think The Last Jedi it has more to say, in my opinion, but again, I'm different. A lot of people look at, everybody's got their own list of things that they want met when they watch a Star Wars movie. I think Last Jedi had what I love, and that is lore about the Force, and I love that stuff. Episode 9 is a travesty, an actual terrible movie. Like, I don't like that movie, but there are moments in it that I actually like. But Rogue One to me is a mess. And I love Andor, but I feel like Rogue One is all over the place. And there are things I like about it, and I'm not saying it's bad. To me, it's one of the worst Star Wars movies, but I'll still watch it because I like it. But yeah, there you go. Did Star Wars 7 feel like a reboot to you guys? You know what's funny is I never once in the theater thought that this feels like A New Hope until somebody said it on the internet somewhere. And it's like, well, you've got this element and you've got this element. But to me, The Force Awakens is to New Hope as Sinners is to From Dusk Till Dawn. Like, sure, if you are just going to boil Sinners down to being a remake of From Dusk Till Dawn, I mean, it's your opinion, but I think you're missing out on all the things that make Sinners a unique film experience. And I think The Force Awakens, while not perfect, is different enough and distances itself enough from A New Hope that I actually had fun watching it. Now, there are definitely things that I don't like about it, but I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Free Ghost in the Machine, right? Shows you by the hour stuff. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, that's my peninsula. Well, there you go. Hackers took over Rob's ancient Mac. I mean, if that's the truth, well, good luck. Let's see. Let's see. Will this see that's okay, I don't like that about the Ventu sky. So if we go to here. So this is how it's looking right now. We're getting close. Getting close. But you see, okay, this area right here. That's concerning to me. See how the red is making a little curve right there? Right here? You see that? That is scaring me a little bit. Like that may be a tornado. Oh, and this area right here, look at that. Very interesting. The airflow is really cool. That's as of 7 o'clock. Oops. Okay. Well, that doesn't tell me anything. Okay. Well, the precipitation is cumulative over time. Anyway, interesting stuff. That's my PlayStation. What? Makes me miss Billy. I didn't watch the new one because he couldn't. The new Gremlins? There's a new Gremlins? I mean, there's a new Gremlins being talked about, but it hasn't happened yet. Oh, there you go. Or when it comes out. I only heard about it. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to watch it. Tried to watch the movie last night. Got to the first scene outside the moving truck and had to turn it off. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it since. The one thing that I did is I pulled up a version that I have on my computer, one of the ones that I use to make the closed captions or the subtitles. And I just watched a couple of minutes and I was just like, yeah, okay. Pre-ordered Speed Racer from Walmart, but it said it wouldn't get here until February 2027. What? Let me see. See, that's the... where did I order it from? Oh, I think I ordered it from Orbit. Speed Racer. Search. Confirmed. View your order. What? Why did the link expire? Okay. Well, here. I'll just go here. Don't you tell me. Okay, you can see my face. Sign in. It just says unfulfilled. Does it have a release date? Pre-orders are still open on Orbit. Doesn't have a release date. It just says TBA. So who knows? I got my order in though, man. I am pumped about Speed Racer. Just telling you. Very pumped. I'll always at work call computer bugs and weird stuff gremlins. Oh, for sure. For sure. Absolutely. I thought it'd be binge watching season 1 by now, but no, I hate it. I just cry. When I was in the beginning stages, it was good to see him. Now it just breaks me. Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is, and that's one of the things that, I was going to therapy for. But what's strange about me, I hope everybody's cool with me talking about this. But what's weird about it for me is that it's not so much that, I I'm over it. But one of the things that my therapist said, which made a lot of sense to me, she said, you were really close to death yourself. You know, I mean, I almost, one of my surgeries, I almost died on the table. She said, because of that, you've been through something that most people have not. You were close. You had to fight to get back. You had 3 years of surgeries, recoveries, surgery, recovery, surgery, recovery. She goes, you were, I wouldn't say I was not instrumental in anything with Billy because I didn't get the chance. That was the thing, you know, like I felt like I had experiences that would help Billy through the recovery process. We didn't really get there. Which, you know, depending on your point of view, may have been a blessing. Because of how it was going to be rough. It was going to be a rough go no matter what happened. But she said because of that, you seem to have been able to, of course, I'm never going to be okay with it. But the acceptance part, she said, you have gotten better at the acceptance part than probably a lot of people that were close to the situation because you were so close to death yourself, because you already dealt with that. And that, yeah. So I just, seeing the content, like I have every now and then one of his shorts will come up, you know, like the one that before we went to Siege, that'll come up in my feed or whatever, and I'll just see his face and I'll be like, but I won't watch it. So it's just, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing, and it's oh, you're right. You're right. Stop out. Dark Stalkers. You're right. Dark Siders is a hack and slash. I haven't played that then. Okay, gotcha. Dark Stalkers. Yeah, I played the crap out of Dark Stalkers for some reason. But anyway, no, you're right, and it's just gonna take time. The good thing is, my memories go back to the good times. That's where I've been lately, and that she said that was important because that's what you want. You know, those are the good memories, and not the tough ones or the hard ones. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just a thing, man. And we're all going through. I mean, if you're a fan of Billy, we're going through it. And depending on a lot of different variables, we're all maybe in different stages. And the thing is, it's the most important thing is it's not a straight line. Grief is not a straight line. You know, you don't level up from it, you know. It's not like one day you'll just be like, oh, well, I'm okay now. It doesn't work like that. So that's a thing. For the thing that I think of, the thing from outer space, since I've seen that one first, that's fair, Shozama, for sure. For sure. And seeing Ninjinzu's on season 3, you know? And y'all were right. Yeah, it was Darkstalkers I was thinking of, not Darksiders. Was trying to count the farts in all seasons, but there's only like 3 until like season 4. Then they let them rip. Phantoms, Mallrats, The Town, Chasing Amy, Jersey Girl. Jersey Girl is actually a really good movie. Like, I mean, especially if you've, well, I don't have any kids, but watching my niece grow up, Jersey Girl is a pretty good movie. I like Chasing Amy, but I don't think it's not the one that I like the best. And the Town, honestly, The Town is a good one. It's a really good one. In fact, there was one where he did Argo. Argo's a good one. I really like that one. This close to buying the iPhone Air. I picked it up today. Holy crap, that thing's tiny. Like, it's so much thinner than mine. But I meant this case for the Mac Mini. Oh. Ooh. I saw one that was really cool. It was a monitor stand. And I should have saved it because it was so freaking the design of it was so cool. But it's basically there's a so the stand is flat on the on your desk, and then it's raised up and it's kind of tilted like this, and the Mac Mini fits into this housing that looks like it's built for it, so it kind of sinks into it. And then you've got access to your ports in the back and I think on the front too. But it's just a cool little thing. And then, you put your Visa mount, your display on that, so it almost looks kind of like an iMac with a Mac Mini built into the bottom of it. I thought it was a really cool design. But anyway, we need more Dash Rendar and Star Wars Shadows of the Empire remake. Yeah, see, I never played those. That was in my I'm done with Star Wars until George comes back era. I just didn't care because the Timothy Zahn books, and I know they've got their fans, and I'm not saying that they're terrible. They're just not for me. They felt like fan fiction to me, and I didn't like the way that they felt. I didn't care for them. So to me, Shadows of the Empire had that same feeling where it was just like, this doesn't feel like Star Wars to me. And on top of that, it's also in that really early version of 3D or early era of 3D games that I just can't stand. I just can't watch them. I can't play them. I get irritated. I don't like them. The camera's all wonky and it's not my thing. But more for you. You know what I mean? Honestly, my favorite Disney Star Wars movie is Solo. Once I got past him looking nothing like Ford, I just went with it and had a great time. I honestly feel the exact same way. Solo is, other than the, oh, you're by yourself, Han Solo. It's just like, okay, why? Other than that, and then the idea that, oh yeah, everything that ever happened to Han Solo before A New Hope happened in 1 week. It wasn't a week. It's just it's like people have no imagination and no ability to just, have a good time. You don't have to pick apart everything, and Star Wars is not Star Trek. I can understand why people would dig into Star Trek and just pick it apart. But Star Wars is literally a sci-fi or a space fantasy. It's a fantasy. It's not meant to be, picked apart and all that kind of stuff. That's just not, in my opinion. Now you might say, yeah, but they have all these books that take apart what the 3D, what do you call it? Where you take the skin off of a ship and how everything works and all that. Yeah, there's nerds that do that. Okay, but to me, the basic story, it's a fantasy, and it has more in common with Lord of the Rings than it does with 2001. On the level of sci-fi, Star Wars is way over here with fantasy. So, in that respect, Solo is a fun time. It's just a fun time. And it's not trying. The thing that I don't like about IP stuff in general right now is this, again, I've talked about this many times, is that constant elbow to the ribs. Hey, remember that thing you like? Look, it's that thing you like. You remember that? Hey, that thing you like is up on screen. Aren't you excited? Clap for me. No, if it's part of the story, cool. If you're telling it and it's like, oh, that's really cool. But when you draw attention to it, like what was done in Rogue One, continually, I'm sorry, but Rogue One is one of the worst in the movies, is one of the worst offenders when it comes to that constant, hey, look, it's Red 5, but it's not the Red 5, it's a different Red 5, look. And it's just like, we get it. You didn't have to cut that scene from the movie. It's good enough that you have Red Leader and Gold Leader and a couple of people you recognize, cool. But this, oh my gosh, I can't, and it's some really super nerdy guy, it's like, what? Anyway, Sorry, I went on a tangent. Any tornadoes? Let's see. Let's see. We are now under a tornado watch. Great. Fantastic. No, severe thunderstorm warning. We are under, we're under a severe thunderstorm watch, not a tornado watch. From 8:15 until 2 a.m. Great. This is going a lot slower than they said it was. I mean, it said earlier that it was going to be here at like 7. Now it's oh my gosh. Now it's saying it'll hit currently at its current trajectory and speed. It'll hit here around 9 o'clock, between 9 and 9:20. So let's see if they're right. But no tornadoes. I mean, I'm sure there's been tornadoes, but not for me. Map of meteors about to hit Texas? No, sir. Ito. No, this was let me go back to it. This is the current. That's not actually current. That's as of 20 minutes ago. Here's, I'll probably do 8:30 maybe. There you go. So, yeah. See, that's really interesting. But yeah, so here's the storm. Now, you see that big bow right there? That means there's going to be a lot of wind coming off those storms because the wind, it's just one of those things. It's very, very windy and a lot of lightning strikes there, which is really kind of neat. Very cool. But that's where we are right now. So there you go. Weather looks like Rob's fixing to get swallowed up by the Nexus. I mean, maybe. Weather data, but not as cool as Star Wars weather. I mean, kind of. Kashyyyk, Naboo? Just imagine the crazy storms on Camino. Yeah. What's the title of the stream about? Frodo and Conan. Well, Ninjinzu, we'll get to it. In just a minute. I'm almost caught up. I just said this about Star Wars Trek to a friend. I feel like the Star Wars guys are looking for great story and characters and being entertained. Star Trek guys are studying manuals of the construction of the Enterprise and learning Klingon language. But it's that's the thing, is that you can like both and it's okay. I enjoy both. Like I think I've had a lot of fun going through both of them, you know? You claim that pointless callbacks to the OT and Rogue One are continuous or constant has been rejected. Only the Dr. Evazan and Ponda Baba cameo feels remotely forced. Excellent Star Wars pun intended. And of course, a good day to you gangsters in chat. But again, that is one of those things that rips me out of the movie. And when I watch it, I'm so busy rolling my eyes that by the time I get back to it, I'm like, okay, what happened? There's too many things. That and the Red 5 thing at the end. You cannot say to me that the Red 5 thing at the end isn't hey, remember Red 5? That's Luke's call sign. Remember, kids? Look, it's the Red 5 before the Red 5 you know. But this takes place beforehand. And look at this absolute nerd Red 5. Are you not supposed to be like, oh my God, look, it's Red 5. Oh. It's too much of that crap. To me, those two things are the worst offenders in Star Wars of, hey, remember? And it's BS. I hate it. Knock it off. Both of those scenes should be cut from the movie. It's like telling a joke and then immediately trying to explain it. It's just, no. And I know, Bucho, I know that you like Rogue One, you know, and all that stuff. But to me, Rogue One I feel like it's a mess. Like when they say, oh yeah, we completely changed the ending. Yeah, I can tell. Because it's weird. It feels odd. And Yeah, it's just weird. Oh, and by the way, I hate the score. All credit and all respect to Michael Giacchino, but that score sucks. I wrote it 2 weeks before the movie came out. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell because it sounds bad. It doesn't feel like Star Wars to me at all. Solo, on the other hand, had a fantastic score. Just saying. I'm just saying. Did he do a fine job with the time that he was given? Absolutely. I'm not going to say it's not, but it's not up to John Williams standards. I'm sorry. It's just not. And I know that some people, in one breath, you say the OT callbacks are continuous or constant, but now you can only call out a mere 2 examples in 2+ hours. Okay, let me take it back. The feeling of how bad those were, it makes it feel like it's a continuous thing in the ribs. I can't question. I mean, if I thought more, I'd be like, oh, well, there's this and there's that or whatever. But honestly, those are probably the only two in the movie. So I'm wrong by using those words, but they are the worst examples in the entire saga, in the entire movie, anything Star Wars. And on top of that, the movie's a mess. The movie is chopped up in the editing room, you can tell. There are things, especially music-wise, like I said, the score is... It's one of my least favorite Star Wars movies. But I still watch it. I've still watched it multiple times. But hold on a second. I got pee. I'll be right back, and we'll get to the news. Oh, Bucho keeping me honest. I will say one of the things about that Rogue One, the reason that it feels that way to me, it feels constant, it's because it's the only thing that I really remember about those movies, or about that movie, is how much it took me out of the movie. And I'm sitting there like, it's probably why the movie doesn't work for me, is because I feel like every time I watch it, I just get taken out of the movie. And it makes me mad, and I'm stewing on the fact I can't believe they put that in the movie. And then I miss things. So it's probably my fault. In fact, me saying continuous or constant, that is my fault. I apologize. Anyway. Okay. Next month, April, is the month of CinemaCon. Now, if you don't know what CinemaCon is it's basically a convention for theater exhibitors. like theatrical exhibitors. So you've got your AMC's there, your Cinemark, your Regal, all that stuff. But also other, smaller chains, and then even singular uh people that own movie theaters. And what's going to happen is uh you have the studios come out to CinemaCon to basically show off, hey, this is what we can look forward to in the next year. And it's meant to get the theater owners, excited and all that stuff, and talking about, oh yeah, we're going to push this, we're going to push that, we're going to come out with a popcorn bucket for this, whatever, right? And it's more for the theater owners. But what happens every year is that multiple outlets will report on what they see at CinemaCon. In some cases, they show entire movies to the theater owners, the people, or to the attendees at CinemaCon. I would love to go to CinemaCon, but it is super expensive. It's like the tickets are like in the thousands of dollars, plus your hotels, plus your flights or whatever. I'm just going to say, yeah, I don't make enough money on this channel for me to afford to go to CinemaCon and report on it and all that stuff. But it's a really cool thing, and it's something that I look forward to the different coverage, online. So April is going to be really interesting. Who knows what they're going to show? They may show movies that are coming out in the early summer. So they might see Spider-Man Brand New Day. They may see Masters of the Universe. They may see any of those movies that are coming out in the summertime, the big movies, big tentpole type movies. But one of the things that I saw was kind of exciting. The first footage from Godzilla Minus Zero will be shown exclusively to CinemaCon attendees on April 14th. So this is the first time that G Kids has ever been to CinemaCon. This is a big deal, and this is really cool. Usually when you see this, it means, hey, we've got something good. If they're showing it at CinemaCon, they are excited about it and they think it could make a big splash. Now, this can backfire, as we saw for The Bride. The Bride that came out this last weekend, only like what, $7.5 million that it made. I mean, that is not good. For a movie of that budget, I think they said $80 to $90 million budget plus all of the marketing. It's going to be hard to even get close to break even on that. Not to mention, what the theaters owe, what you owe the theaters and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, this is really cool. So we're going to see the first footage from Godzilla Minus Zero at CinemaCon, and I think that's neat. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew. Godzilla Minus Zero, the first footage, will be shown next week. Kind of cool. Or next month, April 14th at CinemaCon. Pretty cool. This is what I was talking about with Conan. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Christopher McQuarrie teaming for new Conan the Barbarian movie. 20th Century Studios has attached the filmmaker to write and direct King Conan, reviving the character that was an early signature role for Schwarzenegger. I'm going to read a little bit from the article. It says Schwarzenegger announced McQuarrie's involvement in the project over the weekend at the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, Ohio. Additionally, the star said that he has been talking to Dan Trachtenberg about returning to the Predator franchise that the filmmaker revived with 2022's Prey and last year's follow-up Predator Badlands. Schwarzenegger also noted that he has received a script for Commando 2 that would see the actor return to the role of Colonel John Matrix that he originated in the original 1985 action film. So here's the thing. Okay. Like, and I'm not saying this to be flippant about Arnold Schwarzenegger and Conan, but think about this. He is 78 years old. By the time the cameras start to roll, he's going to be 80 years old. I don't know about this. But again, Christopher McQuarrie, of course, did a lot of the Mission Impossible, the last few Mission Impossible movies with Tom Cruise. This could be amazing, or it could be a big, like, I don't know. I don't know. But the man is pushing 80. I don't know. And they've also been talking about, James Cameron was talking about another Terminator movie. So who knows? We'll see. We'll see on that. I mean, to me, I look at this and I go, I don't know, man. Excuse me. I just don't know. But you need to keep that in mind. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't notice Chris said, kapla. Isn't that how you say it? In Klingon? I didn't notice that. But yes, a King Conan, possibly. Possibly. Let's see. That sounds like an industry event. It is. Similar to NAB, how tickets are super expensive, but most people go because they got given tickets from companies and sponsors. Yeah, this is not the general movie public are not allowed at this event. You have to be, like, of course, the John Campea show, they get to go every year because they pay for it and because, they're in movie news. So it would make sense. They cover the movie industry, so it makes sense for them to go. I would probably be able to go if I had the money to do that. And I'm just going to say I don't. I would love to go. So. Anyway, sorry. I was reading something else. Sorry. Of course, we have the Academy Awards this weekend. I mean, I hope things go well for all the people. I honestly, the award shows have kind of taken it out of me, and I don't care as much. It is interesting that Michael B. Jordan won the SAG Award, or the Actors Award, whatever you want to call it. But SAG was, the Screen Actors Guild, which is now something else, the Actors Guild, whatever it is. Anyway, usually whoever wins the SAG Award will probably win Best Actor at the Academy Awards. But Timothée Chalamet has been the front runner this whole time, and he lost the SAG Award. So who knows? Michael B. Jordan might win might win the Academy Award. That one I'm interested in. Best Supporting, also Sean Penn won for One Battle After Another. So who knows? So it's interesting. It's an interesting thing. So yeah, Godzilla -1 is so charming. It is. I like it. But to me that's it was good. All right, what else? What's next? Dan Trachtenberg is so hot right now. I mean, yeah, he's got a first look deal with Paramount. So it's really interesting to see how, I mean, there's nothing that says that he can't make a movie with any studio. But Paramount, a first look deal means that any idea he has to bring to Paramount first. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. He doesn't need to do stuff. He's got the charisma because it's, yeah. Yes. But I don't know. It also makes me think, I mean, I don't know. It's not for me to judge. I've never, like I said, I watched Conan the Barbarian and was like, yeah, okay, I get it. But it's not my thing. So who knows? No more Terminator, please. I know. The thing is, though, it's like with any IP, you're only as good as your last entry, right? Like, I guarantee you, if they had stopped at Terminator 2, people would be like, oh man, they need to do another Terminator movie. Man, they need to do another Terminator movie. And then they come out with one and you're like, And then they try to do another one because it made some money. And it's like, you know what I mean? So it's, you really can't win. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with any of those franchises. I mean, who knows? But so we got Conan out of the way. Here's the Frodo news. Elijah Wood says, I do not want anybody else to play Frodo as long as I'm alive and able. Interesting. It's just a harmless quote. Of course. Yeah. He wants to play Frodo as long as he's able to play Frodo. I mean, that makes sense. It makes sense. It's a little more than that. This is what he said. I don't remember where he said it, but anyway, here's a clip, a whatever. I'm going to read this. Have I mentioned how great I am as a streamer? I'm good. Like, I'm really good. So, everybody look out, because you're talking about total pro here. In fact, I don't even think, where's my logo? Why is my logo gone? Pro right here. Anyway, this is what he says. It hasn't been officially announced, but at a convention last August, Ian sort of let the cat out of the bag. So there is a good chance Wood added about his potential Frodo return. I'm not able to officially say anything until it's announced, but I will say I'm thrilled with the prospect of another film. It's always a little nerve-wracking when people talk about new movies for a world like Middle-earth. Everyone gets a little protective and hope it retains its level of integrity, but this story is fun, thrilling. There is a genuine feeling of getting the band back together. So what this means to me is that the upcoming film that they're making in Middle-earth, The Hunt for Gollum, that will be directed by Andy Serkis and written by Philippa Boyens and Fran Walsh. And I'm sure producing is Peter Jackson. That apparently Frodo is going to be back too. Now, here's the thing. If you don't know, if you've never read The Lord of the Rings, when Gandalf comes to basically in the movie, it's like he's like, hey, Bilbo just left. Keep the ring secret and safe, right? And then in the movie, it seems like, I don't know, a couple of days later, he comes back and he's all, is it a secret? Is it safe? And Frodo's like, yeah, geez, it's right there, just calm the F down. And Gandalf like throws it into the fire. And then he says, look, there's fire on that, right? You get that. In the book, it takes many years. And I think it's like 17 years. So there is a long period between the time that Gandalf leaves Bag End and then comes back with the news, hey, you should leave Bag End and take the ring to Rivendell. There's a long period of time. Well, in this period of time, Gandalf and Aragorn hunt Gollum down to find out what's going on. And there's a quick scene in Lord of the Rings that shows that that Gollum was taken by the orcs to Minas Morgul, I think, and tortured or whatever, and that's where he says Shire Baggins, which starts the, in the movie it's like, okay, we need to go, you know what I mean? But in reality, it took a long time. It was a long period of time where things were in motion. And at some point, Aragorn and Gandalf track him down and question him, and things happen. This literally takes up like a paragraph in the book Lord of the Rings. I could pull it up if you want. But anyway, it's so the story that Gandalf tells later in the movie about what happened to Gollum and who Gollum is. He tells that to Frodo once he gets to, hey, you need to leave. No, it's more like, hey, sit down. We're going to have a chat about this whole ring business. And maybe we should think about leaving to go to Rivendell, at some point. He basically tells the story of who Gollum is and Smeagol and all that stuff, right? It's wonderfully written, but the movie, it really tightens things up and makes it feel more, we gotta go. Holy crap, the ring wraiths are on the way. You know what I mean? It's not like that in the book. So anyway, there is a period of time where Aragorn and Gandalf are doing this stuff with Gollum, and that's what this movie is gonna be about. So all of it is being written. It's all kind of conjecture. Now, I don't know if there are story scraps that exist. I'm not aware of any, but I'm pretty sure that Tolkien never told any of this story. So they are literally just kind of making it up. Now, granted, a lot that are in the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies is just made up stuff. And a lot of it worked out pretty well, especially in Lord of the Rings. So who knows if this movie is going to be good. But the idea that Frodo's going to be in it, I don't really understand why Frodo's going to be in this. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. So there you go. There may be more Frodo in The Hunt for Gollum, and it could be like it was in The Hobbit, where he shows up for like a minute and a half and then he's gone. I don't know. But I don't see there being a whole lot for Frodo to do in this story. So I don't know what's going on, but it sounds like he will be in it. So there you go. New Conan, new, and then of course the new Lord of the Rings movie that's coming. We're getting real close, guys. Real close. Real close. So just saying. How are you guys doing? Are you guys doing okay? Because holy crap. Oops, I need to refresh this one. This one seems to be a little more updated. The NBC DFW weather thing. Let me expand it. Oh yeah. Yeah, like if I went outside, you can't see it. If I went outside right now, I'd probably be able to see some lightning and such. Because it's getting close. Real close. But there are no tornado warnings as of right now. So there you go. Really good episode of Filmcast getting in deep with Dan Trachtenberg, their longtime pals, about Badlands behind the scenes, by the way. I did not know this. I'm honest about podcasts. I don't, unless it comes up in my YouTube feed, I don't see it. So, because you're the podcast guy. Put down the cookie. Sean 420. I don't know. What? I don't have a cookie. If I did, I'd eat it. Because that sounds really good right now, actually. I kind of wish I had a cookie. I guess he really followed through with his I'll be back. He is back. Har har. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. It doesn't necessarily make sense to me that he would be back. I just don't think it's going to happen myself. Hold on a second. I'm looking up a different radar just to see. No thanks. I'm not turning off my ad blocker, you sons of, with all your ads. Oh my gosh. Get out of here. Okay, that's about 10 minutes ago. And that was kind of a scary sound. Plane taking off. Probably like, oh crap, we got to leave now if we're going to leave because we're about to get hit. I always try to treat the Oscars like a bingo game with friends, family. I have everyone pick who they will think will win. Cook up a meal, have everyone sit down together. Yeah, see, for me, I don't even know where you can watch the Oscars now. I think you could probably watch it on like Hulu or whatever. But didn't they screw up and like the best picture was cut off last year or something like that. Um, but yeah, I think it's just because everything has become so damn political, and it's like, I like this. Oh yeah, well that must mean you're this, and you're like, hey, I'm just trying to like a movie, or I don't like this movie. Oh, that means you're a racist, bigot, sexist, whatever. And you're like, dude, I just didn't like the movie. I didn't care for it. So I like sifting through the rubble, at the end, you know. Maybe watching a couple of acceptance speeches, but that's about it. Like I did watch Harrison Ford's thing when he got the Lifetime Achievement Award. That was pretty nice. You know, that's what I like, man. I like the nice stuff. I'm not into the drama anymore. So, but I mean, I might watch it if it's maybe, I don't know. Last good Terminator movie was Salvation. I don't really remember them. I remember thinking Terminator 3 it ended strong, if I remember correctly. I thought the ending was cool because it ends with basically the everything going to crap. And then Salvation, is that the one with Christian Bale? I remember liking parts of that. Hey, a lot of people aren't going to like this, but I actually enjoyed my time watching Genesis. And Dark Fate was the same way. It was like, yeah, there are things I liked about it. But I've only watched them once. I didn't buy them. So Terminator has become one of those where I feel like it's kind of run its course. And I just don't know. You got to have a good story, man. And that's really what it comes. I've said this before. Any IP, a good story can completely change an IP. To me, Prey is a great example of basically a dead franchise coming out with a new movie that basically makes everybody go, oh, holy crap, there's life in this franchise now. Holy crap, this was pretty good. And so who knows? Who knows what's going to happen, but no one should play Frodo besides him. I mean, I think he's saying that just because it's like, I think Elijah Wood is excited because he's going to get to go to New Zealand and work on Lord of the Rings stuff again. Even if it's for a couple of days. You know what I mean? I thought Conan in the title was going to be Detective Conan. Who was Detective Conan? I think Conan O'Brien should be in. I'm kidding. I mean, he is Frodo. That's true. That's true. Elijah should be careful. Timmy Chalamet might Nancy Kerrigan him if he gets a hankering to play Frodo himself. I mean, I just honestly, it's kind of like, I mean, I get it. In a way, I get it. You have this IP that just, it continues to be something that like people have parties where they'll watch all the Lord of the Rings movies, and they'll cook up, lembas bread and, stew up some Balrog and make a day of it. It's a thing that's just like, wow. But I agree. I don't think we need any more Lord of the Rings stuff. Unless you're going to give the Silmarillion, which they won't, but if you're going to give the 3 stories in the Silmarillion that kind of treatment, I'm not interested. And I'm honestly not interested in you taking a paragraph out of Lord of the Rings and expanding on it. It sounds dangerous to me. That being said, was War of the Rohirrim terrible? No. It was enjoyable enough. It was fine. But I don't know, man. I don't know. This is one book series I'll need to go. Wait. This is one book series I'll need to get into. Hearing the lore is interesting. Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings. Okay? In fact, I love Lord of the Rings, and I've talked about Lord of the Rings so much. And Middle Earth so much. I mean, of course, there's all of that. That is, I mean, other than, this Game Boy Two Towers here. Pretty much this whole thing is Lord of the Rings stuff. Is Tolkien stuff. And there's more Tolkien stuff right down here. right? In fact, these three books are Tolkien. I have so much Tolkien stuff and have read so much Tolkien that I love Middle Earth. His I love it. And the Silmarillion and Unfinished Tales are great. I love them. But I've talked about it so much, I've got my wife listening to the audiobooks now, read by Andy Serkis. So I think you should, I mean, if you love the movies and you're not averse to reading, you really should give Lord of the Rings a try. It's fantastic. And when you get to the I'm drawing a blank on the chapter. It's basically the chapter in Fellowship of the Ring where Elrond sits everybody down and goes, "Okay, let's talk about this." That is an absolutely it's amazing that chapter works. There is so much going on in that chapter. It's fantastic. His writing is one of those things where I get it. They get hung up on the songs and the poems and the whatever, right? I understand. But if you love the world, and especially if you can read it alongside an audiobook, or let me see if I can pull this up real fast. What's his name again? I don't even know if it's available anymore. Dragash, D-R-A, just look up Phil, Phil, Dragash, Dragash. What he did is he did his own version of the audiobook, the whole Lord of the Rings, but he did it with music and sounds from the movies. And so you're listening to it. He does all the voices, and it's really good. Like, it's really well done. And for a while there, it was available on YouTube for free. He got shut down. The Council of Elrond. Yes, Shozama, thank you. I, for some reason, was drawing a blank on that name. But that is the chapter that makes you go, okay, Tolkien is a master. It's fantastic. It's fantastic stuff. And you totally should read it. It's really, it's great. It's great. And again, I use Libby all the time, where I get my audio, like a lot of my audiobooks I get from Libby. I actually have an Audible account that it has just been there. I haven't gotten a new book in forever because I have so many books that I bought, audiobooks and stuff. I'm still in the middle of Oathbringer. Derek, I'm sorry, I still haven't read your book. But yeah, it's amazing stuff. It's amazing stuff if you're into it, you know. And you'll know really fast. You'll know really fast if you are immediately entranced by Andy Serkis's performance, which it's great. Even the old version, the Rob Inglis, Inglis, his versions of the audiobooks are great. So I would say definitely check it out. But welcome, Derek. Good to see you. On the plus side, the neighbor's kids probably won't throw anything at your garage while the weather's doing these sorts of shenanigans. I mean, it is 9/11. Not the date 9/11, like 9/11. It's 9 o'clock, 11 minutes. They wouldn't be out anyway. Let's do I'm going to do a quick wellness check. Is that what they call that? I don't know what they call it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. That is so weird. It said, man, it'll be there by like 7:30. And it's 9 o'clock and it's still not even, it's no closer. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. A cookie does sound good, man. I don't know about you, but store-bought cookies, I'm just not, I mean, yeah, some of them are fine, you know, but like, I like a good, warm, freshly made cookie that kind of gives a little bit, you know? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You like Pumpkin Man? That must mean you're against Taylor Swift. Gonna watch the Oscars on ABC through over the air since I got back from a birthday party. Oh, once I get back from a birthday party. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't have, that's the thing that I kind of, there's a part of me that kind of wants to go ahead and pony up the dough and get an over-the-air antenna, HD antenna. I just have never done it. And especially once April and I both kind of got out of football and basically watching sports, period, it was kind of like, why? Like, what are we going to watch stuff with commercials now all of a sudden? No. So, I don't know. Exactly, Ninjinzu. I think Elijah Wood's, it was neat to see him in The Hobbit briefly, but it was also one of those things. What dude, why are you here? I get why you're here, but why? There's no need. There's no need. That's a moment of, hey, remember Lord of the Rings, with Frodo? Huh? Well, here he is. Look. And it's just like, why? 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 But he's 45 now. Can you believe it? Elijah Wood is 45 years old. Crossover movie, Lord of the Rings versus Predator. Dude, just the Predator versus elves. That could be cool. The Lord of the Rings with music audiobook. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. My goal was eventually was, I'm gonna listen to Lord of the Rings again, but I'm gonna listen to the whole thing through that, with that, and read the book again. And then I've never gone back because I keep getting into other series. Because once I get through or get caught up on the Cosmere, which might take me a while because man, those books are freaking long. I want to get into Patrick O'Brien and read all those because I've never read them. I have them, I own them, and I have never read them. And it's like one of those things where I'm kind of like, I kind of want to. I love those stories. Out for now, gang. Hope to catch yous after in the Discord chats. See you then. See ya then. I just heard some rain hitting the... Hold on a second. I'm going to check my Twitter because I have the NBC DFW thing, whatever, and it kind of gives an idea. Tornado warning for Palo Pinto. That was an hour and 15 minutes ago. That's nowhere near me. Stevens and Palo Pinto. Jack and Wise. Don't know where that is. Eastland. Okay. Sorry. Okay, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Tarrant County, which is where I am. 10 p.m. And this gives an actual... Okay, so probably about 13 minutes. Look at this picture. This kind of gives an idea. It is on the way. Okay. I was just making sure that there were no hey, tornado warning. Because that would suck. That would suck to get one of those in the middle. By the way, just in case you aren't aware, severe thunderstorm watch, severe thunderstorm warning. So a watch means, hey, we're watching out. We're looking out. Okay? But a warning means, hey, imminent warning. We're warning you that things are happening. A watch just means, hey, conditions are favorable for a severe thunderstorm right now. But a severe thunderstorm warning means, hey, high winds, possible hail, a lot of lightning. Severe thunderstorm warning means, hey, don't get caught out in this crap. Maybe a good idea. But the thing is we're not under a tornado watch, which means conditions are not favorable for tornadoes in this county. But you never know. Keep your eyes open, head on swivel. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it works. We got a snowstorm going on in Minnesota. That is Minnesota, right? Yes. No worries, man. No rush. Okay, well, I'm just, hey, it's in the queue. I can eat almost any cookie, but I do enjoy the homemade and more premium stuff. Yeah, Yeah. 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 Uh hmm. That is that's an interesting question. I don't actually know if that news has ever been released. And that's not up to me. So I will not answer that question. Fronen? I mean, I don't know if it matters, but that's not up to me. So that's a question I don't know if I should answer. So I'm not gonna, because it's not my family. You know what I mean? I need to get one of those antennas too. I mean, it's just, dude, it makes it nice, especially for a time like this. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you could pop on your local weather channel and get all the weather updates like immediately. Bam. And what's cool about especially with HD antennas is that they have like I can't remember what they're called. They're almost like sub channels. So it'd be like, for example, for Dallas Fort Worth, there's NBC, which is NBC 5, channel 5. Okay? It's been channel 5, right? There might be a NBC 5 1-1, and then there's an NBC 5-2, and it's just a channel with just the radar, which is really cool. And then there might be a NBC 5-3 might be all in Spanish or whatever, or it might be a completely different um not stream, broadcast. It could be completely different content, you know, not the regular content that's on. I don't think they do. I think they just have SAP, right? Where it's just an on the regular broadcast, you can just change the audio. But I think with some of the channels, I remember the last time I did it, or the last time I had, I mean, this was years and years ago when I lived, God, a long way away. Um, and it was a cheap ass antenna too. I didn't get everything in Dallas Fort Worth, and it's just because of where we lived. It kind of sucked, and I think we ended up throwing it away or doing a garage sale or something. I don't know. I don't have an antenna anymore, basically. Um, but one of them, I think it was just alternate content. It's kind of like if you listen to HD radio, there might be the regular radio station, and then there might be another radio station that's like all oldies or something, which is kind of neat. So yeah. Uh Mike's Film Fix. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Uh uh mm, sorry. Sorry, I was looking at a thing. Thundercats are coming down. The rain has definitely started, by the way. Definitely started. So that's the thing. But it just sounds like rain right now, which is good. Thundercats are coming down. Is that like cats and dogs? I don't know what you're saying. Okay. And the reason is because recently there's been some talk, there's been some I'm not going to say fake news, but there's been some talk that there's going to be Thundercats movie coming. And I think part of that comes from the Masters of the Universe stuff, because the Masters of the Universe movie is coming. But there's been a lot of fake reports of Thundercats being worked on. But the fact is, nothing has been announced. Nothing has been there. There may be any number of things, like everything. Like you might say, "Hey, my favorite thing from this time period was this," and there may very well may be someone working developing this project right now. But until it's announced, like officially, I don't typically talk about it just because you never know. Like I could say right now, oh my god, they're going to make a remake of The Last Starfighter. The fact is, they've been trying to get a remake of Last Starfighter off the ground for something like 15 years. So yeah, when one person brings up, "Oh my god, The Last Starfighter is coming." Yeah, but until I see a thing in Variety, Deadline, or Hollywood Reporter saying, "Hey, this is happening," or Joe Blow even, or Collider or one of those, like an actual news thing, I do not I do not believe it. Um in fact, there was a picture that one of my friends sent me uh probably 2 weeks ago, and it was of Leonardo DiCaprio, Christian Bale, Ana de Armas, Austin Butler, Adam Driver, and Al Pacino, and they all were standing in a line, and it looked real. All standing in a line with, arms around each other or whatever, and they all had Heat 2 t-shirts on. And I'm like, that's not real. Austin Butler was rumored for a long time, but as far as I know, Austin Butler and Adam Driver have never been announced. The only two actual announcements are Christian Bale and Leonardo DiCaprio. Ana de Armas nowhere near it, and Al Pacino nowhere near it. At least not yet. Al Pacino is what, 82? I don't think he's going to be in the movie. I mean, so it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't like talking about that kind of stuff until I have the actual yes. Because there's so many different rumor sites out there that are just pulling stuff out of their butt for clicks, and I don't like that. Yeah. I have been fooled though a few times. In fact, I remember my dad sent me a shirt, and I was like, "What the hell is this? What is this?" It was a Star Wars shirt, and it had a bunch of like signatures on it. Um, and my dad sent me the ad. He said, "Well, I bought it from this ad because I thought it was cool." Pull it up, and it's an ad. It's Mark Hamill holding up this shirt that's an obviously fake. It's an obviously fake. It's not Mark Hamill holding up a Star Wars shirt, and he said, "Oh, I bought it for you because I think you would like it." And I'm like, I mean, it's kind of neat, but it's also one of those things that it's fake, and I don't. It's not official. It's you're lucky that I got anything, because a lot of that stuff is just fake, and it's just there to try to get people to click on it. So that's one of those things where it's just like, I just don't I don't believe shit. Like there's a lot of stuff out there that you just can't believe. So yeah, so much fake news. You take it with a grain of salt, all that stuff. The local stations can split up the frequency signals. Yeah. The channels have the dash now because they are digital signals now. Dash. Oh, right. Stop, folks. Stop, folks. So what else we got, man? What else do we got to talk about? Because I got through the news. Oh, for you, I mean, some people are in it really. You're into physical media, right? And you're cool with physical media, and you're like physical media or bust. Excuse me, I don't care about digital anything, and I understand. But me, the way that I look at it is, there are some movies that I don't care if I only have the digital version of it, because I don't care about the movie that much. It might be something like, oh, I don't know. Uh, what's an example here? I'm not seeing any. Okay. Here's the original Pet Cemetery. It's fine. It's a fine movie. I don't need it. I don't need a physical copy of that. I might watch that one more time in my life. Maybe. I don't really care. So I would rather not spend 25 to 30 bucks on a physical copy. I'll spend $5, watch it once. It's kind of like a rental that you just get to keep. That's kind of how I look at digital. So the reason I bring this up is there's a ton of deals right now. So these are collections, different actors, and they're cheap as hell. So Tom Cruise movies, 4 movies for $10. Tom Hanks, 4 movies, $10. Mark Wahlberg, 5 movies, $15. Brad Pitt, 5 movies, $15. I mean, look at all these deals. Now, the problem with a lot of them, if you're anything like me, almost every single one of these has a collection. It's a good collection, but I may own 1, 2, or 3 of these movies. So it's kind of a bummer, but if you don't have any of these movies, hey, crazy collection. Hey, Paramount Scares, 5 Paramount horror movies for $15. It may be worth looking into. So again, here you go. Here's the deal. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Bam. Now, I've talked about this before too, but there's that site Movies Anywhere. It's a Disney account. It's basically using, if you don't have a Disney or Hulu account, whatever. But anyway, Movies Anywhere is cool because no matter where you buy your digital movies, a lot of them will transfer to the other one. So for example, you can buy something on, say, the Fandango at Home, which used to be Vudu, and it'll show up over in iTunes or Amazon or YouTube because Google is in there, Google Play, right? So a lot of those are connected. Now, not every studio participates in that. And in fact, I think a lot of Paramount movies are not Movies Anywhere. Does it have? Yeah, look, there's actually a selection for Movies Anywhere. So if you select that, and maybe if it's updating. So as you can see, a lot of those disappeared because they don't participate. Get out of here with your ads. So all of these are Movies Anywhere. So for example, if I buy the Zootopia and Zootopia 2 collection, it'll be available on any other digital platform, which is kind of neat. So that's a thing. But anyway, I go here, seriously, a lot of times I'll go here every Tuesday and every Friday because they update these deals all the time. And there's great stuff in here. Get the out of here. But see, there you go. There's that Stephen King 8 movie collection. See, that's hard to see. Pet Sematary, Cujo, The Running Man, the original Running Man. Thinner, Graveyard Shift, Silver Bullet, The Dead Zone, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. Okay, I own all of those movies digitally. The only one that I own physically is The Dead Zone because it's awesome. But there you go. There you go. So I mean, for $20, I mean that's kind of a great deal. And with any of these, if there's a 4K available, you'll get it in 4K, which is great. These are all 4K. So anyway, that's a thing. I love that site. I go there all the time. It's Blu-ray.com. You can actually look on there and look at, hey, here's the new physical media sets coming out. And there's a ton of those. I would go over that stuff, but there's a lot of YouTube channels that already do that, number one. And they know more than I do. And number two, a lot of them, when you pull up the websites, it's like, I can't put this on the internet because there's boobs in it. There's boobs all over it, and I can't put that on the internet. I don't want to get claimed or smacked in the bottom or whatever they do if you do that. So anyway, there you go. Jack Black 5 movies. Does he even have 5 good movies? I mean, come on, man. Jack Black's pretty great. And it doesn't, in some cases, it's not just movies that are, like where he's the star. But I don't know. The 4K for Pet Cemetery looks fantastic, though, I will say. I mean, you're not wrong, but I'm just saying I don't need, me personally, I don't need that. For me, that's not a movie that I need in 4K on 4K disc. It's just not. Just like there's probably most of them are, the reason that I still have the DVDs is because I don't have it in a better format. So like uh a great example, Clerks. Am I ever going to need Clerks in 4K? I'm sorry, but no. I'm sorry, but no. Uh, uh, well, see, there's some good movies in here, though. But sometimes, man, watching a DVD, it almost puts you in that time period because of how it looks. And then you just get into the movie and you don't need anything else. So, uh, anyone into the movie The Ninth Gate was just watching that, and it's a good one. Derek, I just got an announcement today that The Ninth Gate is coming out from Lionsgate Limited. So that's the one with Johnny Depp, right? So that's a thing. Did you talk about the new Arnold movie updates, Predator, Conan, and Commando? Yes, I did. A while ago. I did cover it, yes. But, he's 78 years old. So. Most underrated John Depp movies and his best 3 films. I mean, if you're talking about Johnny Depp, to me, the Pirates movies are my favorite Johnny Depp movies. Like, no question. I can't think of another Johnny Depp movie that I like more than those. But I also like him in Edward Scissorhands. I like him in Sleepy Hollow. Pretty much any of the Tim Burton movies, honestly. I think he's great in those. But for me, the most underrated would probably be something like Dead Man. The Jim Jarmusch movie that I believe is in 4K from Criterion, if I'm not mistaken now. Which I do have that, right? Yes. I have Dead Man on DVD over there. So yes. That's to me is really, really, really underrated. That is a great film. I really enjoyed that one. But it's there's so many like Donnie Brasco is a movie that I think he's okay. He's pretty good. It's a good movie. But I don't know if he's like, to me, the movie that just blew me away and made me go, okay, Johnny Depp is an all-timer, is freaking the Pirates movies. He is so good in those first 3 Pirates movies. I love it. But Rob's on the wrong side. The chat covers him on televisions. My coworker quotes Zootopia enough to make me want to watch it. Zootopia is great. Both of them are fantastic movies. Like, not good animated movies. They're just good movies. And if you weren't a fan of Jason Bateman already, those movies might make you a fan of Jason Bateman. He is so good as Nick in those movies. It's great. So I love them. I own Zootopia in 3D. Zootopia 2. Here's something I'm going to say this. For you physical media guys out there, okay? I'm going to say something that might be a little controversial about physical media right now. I'm not in a rush to buy recent movies on 4K right now. 2 reasons. 1, most of them are available on various streaming services. In most cases, if I want to see it for the first time, I can just wait to watch it on a streaming service. But even movies that I loved, that are recent films, there aren't any special features on them. The special features are all there. There's no commentary. There's no behind the scenes documentary on the making of the movie. There's and one of the things that I love about, these older films that come out on Blu-ray or whatever, you get not only typically a commentary from either the director, the writer, the actors, whatever, but you also get, new interviews where, hey, it's been 20 years since this movie came out. What do you think about it now? So you get this legacy, the legacy of the film too, from the point of view of the people who worked on the movie, whether they be cast or crew. Newer releases, all you're gonna get is the EPK type stuff, where it's like, hey, we loved working on this movie, so go watch it in your local theater. And it's like, I have this on 4K disc. Why do I need to watch? This is fluff. I like the ones where they're telling stories about, one day when we were out, whatever, this guy almost got hurt from doing this, and that's interesting. But just hearing the fluff stuff, like, oh, I enjoyed what, it's not entertaining. And on top of that, you're only typically getting a theatrical trailer and, like I said, a couple of EPKs, and that's it. So it kind of takes away the fun of owning a 4K disc, because I love the special features. So a lot of the movies that I've purchased recently have been older films. For example, I forgot to show these off. So I've talked about Warner Archive a lot. Talked about Warner Brothers a lot. Talked about Warner Brothers a lot last week. Look at what I got. I got the Gene Kelly collection. And the reason I got this is because it was on sale, $10 off. So this was $30 for 4 films. Singing in the Rain is worth all this. Singing in the Rain is fantastic. But the other 3 I haven't seen. There you go. Warner Archive is awesome. And I love the fact that they're 4 movies on a thin, singular disc. And each one gets its own disc. And it's Warner Archive. They're going to do great. They're always going to look fantastic. Then, I also got Ben-Hur in 4K, spread over 2 discs, because it's 4 hours long. I haven't opened this up yet. It's still in the package, but yeah, that's awesome. And listen to what you get in addition to the movie. Commentary by film historian T. Gene Hatcher with Charlton Heston and music only track on 4K discs. The bonus Blu-ray disc includes 2 all-new special features: Ben-Hur Anatomy of an Epic, the cinematography of scale, plus Charlton Heston documentary, making of featurette, screen tests, and more. So typically when you go for an older movie on 4K or on physical media period, typically you're going to get all of that great special features, the content that's awesome. On a brand new film, you're not going to get that. 6 months ago when we made this movie, who cares? Who cares? Now, if there's a commentary or a behind the scenes, for example, Civil War, that came out a couple of years ago, I saw it in IMAX. In fact, I saw it early. That one was worth buying because there was a Charles de Lauzirika. I love Charles de Lauzirika. There was a great documentary on it, plus commentary and all that kind of stuff. It was great. It was a great 4K disc. Another one that was really great was, which I don't have yet, and it's one of those that I need to get, is the last Planet of the Apes movie. Was it Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? I think it was. They had the entire film without the CG. It's the actors in their whatever getup, that the motion tracking, and you get to watch the entire film that way. So if you know the movie, you can switch back and forth and see what the CG looks like versus what the actor brought to the role or brought to the, and that stuff is fascinating to me. When they would do that with Avatar, I love seeing that. I love seeing the actor sitting there emoting, and then right next to it, you get to see what the actual movie looked like and how they animated the Na'vi to look like the actual actors. I love that kind of stuff. But most movies that come out today they just don't have that stuff. And a lot of directors don't do commentaries anymore because it costs money to do commentaries And a lot of the studios don't care to pay the directors to do a commentary. So it's one of those things, you know? It's one of those things. Okay. So that's my thing on physical media is lately I've just been buying either like new releases of older films or uh yeah, that's it pretty much. Like I'll, Ben-Hur, hell yeah. Supposedly, and again, Warner Brothers doing a supposedly amazing job on the restoration of Ben-Hur in 4K. I think that's why you buy the physical media on disc is you're getting the absolute best quality that you can. I'm excited to watch that. So there you go. The chat covers him on televisions. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Top 3 TV series you would like to see a 4K box set for. I don't think I need any. I mean, seriously, my three, probably my three favorite. Again, I can't put Next Generation in my top 3 yet. Okay, I haven't finished it. It's an amazing series, but I'm gonna just go top 3 series. My top 3 series all time. It's probably gonna be Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, and Lost. Sopranos, Lost, Breaking Bad. I have them already in Blu-ray. I don't need them in 4K. Honestly, most TV series don't need the 4K treatment. Just my opinion, but I don't think they need the 4K treatment. I mean, sure, if you were a big fan of Game of Thrones, yeah, you'd probably want that in 4K if you can. But like Friends in 4K, like I don't get that. But I don't need. There aren't any TV series that I'm that jazzed to own. The Next Generation is Blu-ray, and that's as good as it's ever gonna get. Um, so if it ends up kicking Lost out of my top 3 series of all time, it still would only be a Blu-ray, and I wouldn't need anything else. So there you go. Really, all Movies Anywhere covers is Disney, Universal, and Sony. They run the same deals as Fandango. Oh, I didn't realize that. But no, Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers does. Now that might change now. That may change now with if Paramount actually ends up getting the deal closed with Warner Brothers. Yeah, Warner won't be there either. Which, yeah, but the whole point of it is Movies Anywhere. I'm hearing hail hitting the window. Small hail. Hold on. And I don't know if you can hear the thunder or not. If you can, type 1 in the chat or something. I don't care. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. 1984 Apple D brand skins for MacBooks. I gotta say that's kind of cool. Sorry, that was just in my Twitter feed. So take that. Nope, just a severe thunderstorm warning. So probably the hail. I only heard it like twice, so it's probably not going to be a big deal. Anyway, the Dead Zone is so good, bro. It really is, and it made it. It took me between that and watching at close range the first time, it made me go, okay, I need to watch more Christopher Walken because holy crap, that guy's good. So, love Clerks, but it's in black and white. Does it need 4K? No. I don't think it would make a big difference 4K black and white. Now wait a minute here. Just because it's black and white doesn't mean that it can't get better in 4K. The difference with Clerks is it's using 16 millimeter film. If I'm not mistaken. If it's using because I'll tell you right now, Citizen Kane in 4K, Casablanca in 4K, the big heat, excuse me, the big heat in 4K. Black and white can look amazing in 4K. Now that doesn't mean that every black and white movie is the same. I'm pretty certain. Let's see. Clerks shot in 16 millimeter. Clerks was famously shot on a low budget using 16 millimeter black and white film, specifically Eastman Plus X and Tri-X with an Ariflex SR2 camera. So yeah, it would not make sense. Now, I could probably upgrade it to Blu-ray and it would probably look even better than the DVD, but how many times am I going to watch Clerks? I mean, I like Clerks. I love Clerks, okay? But, Neverending Story 3, School of Rock, Pick of Destiny, Orange County, High Fidelity, Kung Fu Panda, Tropic Thunder, King Kong, Jack Black is amazing. I mean, I love Jack Black, but I don't know. Because of how beautiful the movie was, you think Sin City would benefit from a 4K? Here's the problem with Sin City, though. It was in that period where there's not going to be a lot of the effects, all of the effects work, and the art that they did was done at 1080p, or definitely lower than 4K. So I don't know if that would work. Do I own Sin City in 4K? Or I mean, in Blu-ray? I do. I have it in Blu-ray. So I don't think a 4K would help that movie. Because that period from like the mid 90s to like the mid to late 2000s, there's a lot of that stuff. If you watch that video that I don't remember where I saw it now and who sent it to me, but it was really fantastic because it shows the difference in the 90s and the late 90s and the 2000s. They were using 2K intermediates, which meant that the best quality that they could get at the time was at 2K. That's why Aliens was scanned in with 1986 was scanned in with a 2K intermediate, and they didn't want to go back to the original negative to redo that movie or to rescan that in. Probably Disney did not see the benefit in going back to the 4K negative or to the original negative, because it was there was probably going to need to be a lot of cleaning involved because it was shot on Super 35. So I don't know. Haven't seen that movie on my OLED either yet. I haven't either, but it's been a long time since I saw Sin City, honestly. Love The Ninth Gate. Watched it later on in life and it was good. I slipped on that one. I just watched it again like a couple weeks ago. Again, it apparently is getting a 4K release. So Pirates are where it's at for me with Depp. Yep, I think so too. My 12-year-old daughter, and it just refreshed on me. Holy crap, am I this far behind? Has taken an interest in physical media since I've introduced her to CDs and for movies we want to watch. But our streaming service wants a rental fee, but I have the DVD. Well, here's the thing. Go to Just Watch. Just Watch is, to me, the thing. Okay. There you go. So, for example, let's just type in The School of Rock, because somebody brought it up. I think it was Rufus that brought it up. Okay, School of Rock. Right now, it is available to stream on Fubo, Paramount Plus, Canopy, YouTube TV, and free with ads. Apparently, okay. But if you want to rent it, it's $3.99 pretty much across the board. If you want to buy it in an HD, yeah, here you go. So Blu-rays and yeah. So this is the best place to look to see if something is available to stream somewhere. So for example, here's a great one. Begonia. Brand new movie, right? Wait. It changed it. Begonia. It is available to stream for free on Peacock, but I don't have Peacock. So if I wanted to rent it, it would be $5.99. If I wanted to buy it digitally, it would be $4.99. Well, yeah, right? 4K, whatever. And then here's DVDs, Blu-rays. Yes. So basically, you can if you have the patience to go look for it, you can find a lot of movies streaming somewhere. But it all depends upon whether or not you have, just because you have Amazon or Netflix or whatever, doesn't mean that they have the license to show that movie for free on their service. I hope that makes sense. But that's part of the game right now, and it's part of why streaming is annoying. But if you want to get the best bang for your buck, always go to Just Watch or a similar site that will show you if it's streaming somewhere for free. So yeah, Andrew, and welcome, Andrew. I don't know if I said hi to you, but welcome. I need to get caught up because it's almost 10. Really liked him in Nightmare on Elm Street and him in Blow. Yeah, Blow. I mean, I guess it's mainly because I think about the movies that I like to watch, and Pirates. I could watch the Pirates trilogy, the original Pirates trilogy, at least once yearly. I can't think of another movie that I need to see yearly. Like, I like Edward Scissorhands. I like Sleepy Hollow. I like a lot of it. And Alice in Wonderland. He was great in that. His Willy Wonka was fun. Or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Whatever. I like those. But those are like once every 5-10 years. I don't really care that much. But Pirates I could watch every year. So, yeah, Zootopia is great. Do I have a collection of one specific director's movies? I do, kind of. I own almost all of Ridley Scott's movies because he's probably my favorite director. But it's not like I don't need to own every single one of his movies. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain ones of his that I'm like, oh, I've never seen this before. I'd want to see it the best way I can, so I'll look for a disc. Like, for example, 1492, what's it called? Conquest of Paradise. So that's the movie he made back in 1992 about Christopher Columbus. Ridley Scott. I'd never seen it. So I thought, there's a Blu-ray of it. Okay, that's the best possible quality that I can watch this movie right now. I've never seen it. How about I watch it in the best possible quality? So that I would do that. And I got the Blu-ray. And it was fine. In fact, there was a lot of things I didn't like about that movie. But anyway, he's the only one that I've really focused on doing anything like that. I don't need to own, I don't think of movies that way, even though I know, like, most of the time you name a movie, I could probably tell you, I might be able to tell you who the director is. But I have like this weird encyclopedic thing. But anyway, I don't need a collection of one specific director, though. I don't think of it that way. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I never saw that one. So, Dip is more of a character type actor. I think he always plays some type of character like Scissorhands, Pirates, Willy Wonka. Yeah. But he's into, yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, though. I actually love everything I've ever seen Jason Bateman in. He plays the straight actor in the comedy scene so well. But he's also great in Ozark. Ozark was a fantastic series. Not waiting on the console. The newest movie in 4K I have is The Fast and the Furious. All my other 4K movies until Speed Racer are all old movies. I mean, I definitely have some more. I think probably for me, the most recent movie I own in 4K is The Life of Chuck. But that was my favorite movie of last year. And it has a commentary and a great behind the scenes. I mean, there's great stuff on that disc. So, yeah. So that kind of goes against what I was saying. But it also has stuff that the typical 4K release don't typically have. You want the picture to look good. Old movies look way better. They are watchable again. I love the old movies in 4K. The new movies are already damn near 4K. I mean, yeah. I mean, most of the new movies are going to look great on disc. They will look great on disc for the most part. I mean, I can't think of a recent release of a new movie that didn't already look fantastic on the disc. But there are cases where, somebody's done a digital upscale of a movie and some people don't like it. They did that with Panic Room recently. That Panic Room release on 4K is phenomenal. It looks so good. And I love that movie anyway because it's David Fincher and Jodie Foster, and I love Jodie Foster. But man, that movie looked great. And a lot of that had to be upsampled. Or, in fact, I think they did do some upsampling, but they also redid some of the effects. It's one of those, and Fight Club is going to be the same way. There's a lot of digital effects in there, that late 90s digital effects. A lot of that's going to have to be updated. My guess is they probably spent the money to make that look as good as it could in 4K. Speed Racer is going to be my most modern 4K movie. Speed Racer got a lot of hate. I thought it was a great compromise between live action and cartoon. I love that movie. I will defend that movie till my dying day. I love it. Old G funny behind the scenes liar LOL. Director's comments. Oh, I think we were talking about the commentaries. Yeah. I love the previous cutscenes on Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry 5. You can actually have them replace the normal game cutscenes. Huh. I named my son Anthony after Tony Soprano. Lost was showing at a good time. At a good time. Nostalgic. I see a lot of hate for Lost, and I get it. I was irritated at the last season, but I cannot take away the fact that I was rabid for that show, and I watched it religiously every single week, and I was so excited to get home and watch it and then talk about it with my wife and all that kind of stuff. And then I'd listen to, that was one of the few shows where I listened to podcasts and all that stuff. I love that stuff. So yeah. What's your TV's refresh rate at? 24 frames per second. Like almost, well, I haven't matched the source. So if the movie is in 24 FPS, it's at 24 FPS. There's none of that smoothing, none of that crap. I have all that stuff turned off. I want to see the original intent of the material that I'm watching. If it's in 30 frames or 29.97, whatever, I'll watch it on the original whatever. So, yeah. Time to go shelter in the basement. No, I mean, it's actually the rain's calmed down already, so it's not a big deal. And again, it was almost like two people throwing a pebble at my window. That's what it sounded like. So not that bad. You'll be able to tell when the Thundercats are running around. Put on your helmet for extra safety. By the way, let's pull this up and see how we're doing. See, that's not even updated. So yeah, it looks okay. So here's Fort Worth. So we're already pretty much out of the red. So yeah, I think this was just rain. So I think we're good. We had no reason to get all bent out of shape for that. So there you go. Seven Samurai 4K is gorgeous. I mean, it looks great, but it also looked really good on Blu-ray too. So watch Chasing the Unknown Roundtable episode. Bravo. Yeah, I mean, I'm so bummed out by us not being able to do more of those. So I have to say the black and white scenes in the Kill Bill movies might be the best stuff I've seen in 4K. Shockingly makes a difference for black and white to be in 4K. Well, again, that's a great filmmaker making it for the format. Cause like Clerks wasn't really shot for that's not a good case. A movie like The Good German, a movie like The Lighthouse, those movies are going to look amazing in 4K. And yeah, the Kill Bill stuff looked great. King Kong's the only one he liked. Doesn't the lens make a difference? I mean, yes, but what it really depends on more than anything is it shot on 35 or not? If you're shooting below 4K quality and you're not shooting on 35 millimeter or higher, you're looking at, they say that 35 millimeter is somewhere between 5K and 6K. If you were able to translate it to every bit of information that's on that 35 millimeter frame, it's roughly 4K or 5K to 6K. So technically we could get like 6K or something like that, but it's not going to make a big enough difference. 4K is about the best that we can get when it comes to film. Now, of course, if they come out with an 8K camera, there may be a difference that I don't know about. And then you start talking about, okay, 24 frames per second was basically a limitation of the cameras at that time period when they were making all those movies. Now we think of 24 frames per second as being the standard for what film should be, because that's the way it's always been. If you shoot on any other frame rate, it looks different. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look like a movie anymore. It looks like something else. But that could change the higher the resolution. I don't know. But who knows? I want Kill Bill in 4K, but I'm going to wait till the whole bloody affair releases in 4K. Yep. I mean, I have volumes 1 and 2 in 4K, don't I? I mean, I have them, but I don't know if I put them up there yet. Yeah, I did. I have them. There's a part of me that kind of thinks that I don't need the whole bloody affair because I actually prefer the split. I like the fact that it ends with, does he know that her daughter is, blah, blah. I love all that. And I love the way that volume 2 starts with her basically breaking down what happened in the previous movie. I like that. And I don't think that the extended scene, the extended anime scene adds that much. I just don't think it does, but I still kind of want it. The roof is on fire. No, we're good. We are good. And I don't think they're going to do 8K. I just don't think they're going to do it. I mean, 4K has already been one of those things where it's just not the market penetration. I know it sounds kind of dirty, but it's just not been that great. So I don't think 8K will really be a thing. And they keep trying to do things that, HDR and HDR plus, Dolby Vision, blah, 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 and all this stuff, right? All these things to try to make it, we need to upgrade our thing. But really, we're at a point where the quality difference is not going to it's not going to be worth it because the content's not going to be there. And I mean, the content's not going to be there in the way that, it's kind of like, okay, you can buy a Switch 2. You can buy the new Pokemon game, whatever it's called, on the regular Switch. You can play that on your Switch 2. But you're not going to get the full thing of what that can do unless you buy the Switch 2 version. Now, the question is, if they came out with an 8K player, would any of the studios say, all right, let's release all of our stuff again on 8K? How many customers are actually going to make the move to 8K? Are we going to get any sales off the 8K? They're already, 4K is already at a point where it keeps the sales of physical media drop every year. Now, last year apparently it dropped, the rate slowed. It's starting to almost level out and plateau, which is good. But no, I don't think they want to mess with any of the growth or lack of growth by trying to introduce yet another format. It's just my thought. I completely forgot about Peacock. I watch the Fast franchise multiple times yearly. See, there you go. Tarantino said he got one more movie in him. Would you like to see him do a sequel or prequel to his movies or a new original, period? I don't want him to see him do anything else other than a new original. That's just my opinion. Is Christopher that guy who made America? Huh? Who? What? I would collect all Mel Brooks. I mean, Mel Brooks would be, yeah, but I don't have that collector's mindset of, I need a full set of this or that. Like if I collected video games, which I don't, but if I did, it would be really hard for me to say, you know what? I want to buy all those really super expensive games for this format and all this other crap that I'm not going to play. I don't see a point in collecting things that you're not going to actively use. Or at least that's why I've started to do this new thing where everything I buy, I put in a stack over here. It doesn't go on the shelf until I've watched it. Now, of course, the YouTube channel helps because I make shorts talking about the movie and then putting it on the shelf if I don't do a full review. But that's how I've done it. And that way I get my money's worth out of every single thing that I buy now because I've done it that way. I wouldn't do that with a whole Nintendo NES collection. You know what I mean? So, but my whole thing is I only collect what I know I'm going to love. And I know that there's probably some Mel Brooks movies that I wouldn't like. So I probably wouldn't buy the whole collection. But, I don't know. Okay. I love Steven Spielberg. Probably my second favorite director, right? He made The Terminal. I don't need to see The Terminal again. Didn't like it. Didn't care for it. Why would I buy it just because it's Steven Spielberg? You know what I mean? But that's just my take on it. Fear and Loathing is genius. I know I need to see it. I just haven't. I wouldn't mind going backwards in quality. To get a small TV with a VHS player would be a cool experience. See, that's the thing that I know we're going overboard over time a little bit here. But let's get caught up at least before we say goodnight. My whole thing is I don't understand the nostalgia for things sucking. It's such a funny way of putting it, but you get, I mean, there's some thought there. Without, take the stank off of that, because there is a little bit of stank on that. I don't understand collecting for an inferior format. That's just my own personal experience. For example, I just bought the 4K special edition of the movie At Close Range, movie I was talking about earlier with Christopher Walken and Sean Penn and Mary Stuart Masterson. I saw that for the first time just a few years ago, was blown away by how good the movie was and how scary Christopher Walken is. Now, if I want to own that, why would I choose to own it on a format that is so inferior? Like, I don't understand going out and buying the VHS for At Close Range so I can watch it again. Why would I want to watch it on VHS? So I bought the 4K Big Bad Special Edition of it because I love the movie. I think it deserves... when I watch that, it will be like watching a new movie because I've never seen it in 4K. So that is going to be a new experience. Watching it VHS is like, oh yeah, I remember, this sucks. It's kind of like, and this is just my opinion. I'm not questioning anybody. If you want to do that thing, by all means. If you have the means to do it and you want to do it, you should be able to do it. As long as you're not hurting anybody. That's my rule. So, for example, if you said, I want to play Mega Man 2 on the original NES with the original, I almost said tape. That's not what they're called. The original cartridge on original hardware hooked to an era, what do you call it? An era accurate TV. Because that's what I want. You should totally be able to do that. Or I could buy a handheld off of Amazon that came out last year that plays Nintendo, Super Nintendo, PSP, you know what I mean? And you can play it on a handheld this big and it's just as good. In my opinion, it's just as good. Because I know what would happen. And the thing is I own Mega Man 2 on cartridge. I have my original Nintendo. I could go hook it up right now on my I mean, I'd have to hook it up on that TV in there. I don't know how I'd do it, actually. Anyway, I could have that experience, but I know exactly what would happen. About 5 minutes into the experience, I'd go, huh, that was cool. Now I got to pull this crap up. You know what I mean? And to me, VHS is yet another... It's actually a hindrance to the actual experience, at least in my opinion, because the experience is the movie itself. And the movie itself, in my opinion, should always be watched at the best quality that you can afford to have it in. Now, if that's VHS and that's all you have, then by all means, do the thing. But if you got a 4K player and you can buy the standard 4K edition of it at close range for $20, why not watch it there? You know, I mean, that's just my opinion. But that's me. Favorite cartoon theme in the 80s? DuckTales. You said cartoon theme. What's your favorite cartoon? Probably, most likely Transformers. But cartoon theme? DuckTales. Bam. Name a better one. You can't. Let's move on. I don't know why I have like this. I got some stank on my answers. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I love DuckTales though. I love DuckTales the series, and I love that theme song as a banger. What was a better movie? I forgot the actor's name, but Fight Club or American History X? Which was his better movie? Edward Norton? Hmm. Hmm. That's a great question. Because here's the thing. I think his performance is better in American History X. But of those two, I'd rather watch Fight Club. But I'd rather watch Rounders more than both of those two. And then I'd rather watch Primal Fear again more than Rounders. So there's multiple movies that I like better than those two. American History X is intense. It is. Wraith, welcome. Good to see you. 75 degrees here. I know. It was pretty warm today here too. Just like video games, every mastering movies. Yes. But see, that's the thing though. I like the remasters. I like the like for example, if you literally just took the original, here we go with DuckTales again. That's what was so cool about that DuckTales release that came out just a few years ago. It's literally the same game, just done with today's technology. I've been saying that for years. Like remake Mega Man 2 exactly, like it plays exactly the same as the original Nintendo game, but it looks super awesome. You know, with today's animation and all that, 60 frames per second, all that stuff. That'd be awesome. With cool explosions as things blow. I mean, that'd be awesome, right? With good soundtrack and all that stuff. And you can do that thing where you hit the select button and you can switch right back to the original version. That would be sweet. I don't know. Sorry, I missed my place. Your eyes can only see so much. It's silly to keep pushing. Well, it just, again, it just doesn't make financial sense anymore, you know, to do that. Holy crap. How am I so far behind? I'm a VHS guy. It takes you right back. The awful audio, I don't get any of that stuff. I just don't get any of that stuff. That's just me. I don't get buying audio cassette tapes. Oh yeah, I remember I liked it when things sucked. Why? That's nostalgia for a time that's bad technology. Why? Like I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just my opinion. I'm not Rufus from the Game Chasers. I'm Rufus the Red for the record. Yes. Damn, I'm nice. Wrong dude. Sorry to disappoint. Oh, yeah. The Rock's best 3 movies. I'm just going to pass. I don't really like The Rock. The Rundown was probably my favorite Rock movie, but I'm just not a Rock fan. Don't care. Just don't care about him. Sorry. Just all alone. Hey, look. Hey, sometimes we go long. And we're going long tonight. I'll never understand the nostalgia for worst quality video format. Me neither. Nostalgia for things sucking doesn't bring back any good memories. I think for me, it was more irritating than anything. So, no. Not really. And to me, what is... I don't know. Not me. Not me. Is it cool that I still have a lot of my old gaming stuff? Yes. it's cool to go, huh, yeah. But that's it. I don't know. I don't need to go back. I'd rather be looking forward. That's just me. I'd be there, but I'm talking to my background art guy for my game. Dude has a nuclear and robotics engineer working on a PhD. I was intimidated reaching out to him. We're making a subway. Do it! Fatal Attraction. My dad rented that movie 2 times. You don't like Evil Dead, Bill and Ted, Howard the Duck? I'm not even paying attention to Discord if it's just up on my TV while I listen to Rob. You said you were all alone, just trying to be a good homie. What about Evil Dead? Original TV. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Gonna head out. Sorry, can't make it to Discord tonight. Gotta get up for work 5 a.m. Have a great night, everyone. Johnny, I'm sure you're already gone because I'm way behind. But hey, have a great one. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Evil Dead doesn't suck. Or after the game that you lose, you can put a magnet around your friend's TV. What? No. It sucks on purpose. The paragon of campy. Come on, bro. Don't play games in my camp. It doesn't suck. It's a good movie. So bad it's good. That's the point. And I have the 4K version for it. I don't care for Bill and Ted or Howard the Duck, though. Denver, the Last Dinosaur Broke theme. I don't know what that is. I don't think I'm... Okay, Inspector Gadget's a good one. That is a good one. Oh, fine. Okay. Now I get what you're saying. It's not a bad movie, and I'll defend it. You don't need to, bro. It's a cult classic, but it's good. Like Pink Flamingos is good. I haven't seen much movies from Edward Norton I like. Maybe Incredible Hulk, but that's it. I was really bored watching American History X. I liked American History X, but like I said, I'd rather watch... It's, to me now, it's like, yeah, do the challenging, artistic, indie film, sure. But I'm still going to go back, like, to me, like Johnny Depp. He's got a lot of movies where he did a lot of things, but no. I'd rather watch Pirates. But who had the better career, Corey Haim or Corey Feldman? Corey Feldman, for multiple reasons. The Rundown is The Rock's best movie anyways. Yeah. Rundown was great, all downhill from there for real. I forgot about him and his 2x4 until now. I don't know what you were talking about, Derek. I'm sorry, I missed it. Tooth Fairy. What was a better action franchise, Lethal Weapon or Die Hard? That's a good question, actually. I'm going to say, even though I loved Lethal Weapon, the first Lethal Weapon is absolutely a classic. To me, Die Hard and Die Hard with a Vengeance, or Die Hard 3, are literally good movies. Like, there's nothing, they're awesome. They're just good movies. Lethal Weapon 2, 3, and 4, while fun, I think Die Hard's better. I think Die Hard's better just because it has 2 really good movies in it. Lethal Weapon has a good movie and then declining from there. That's just my opinion. My opinion. Walking Tall. Lethal Weapon did more. No. What do you mean? Lethal Weapon did more, but Bruce is a better actor than the entire Lethal cast. Yeah, but there's like 6. Is there 6 or 5? There's at least 5 Die Hard movies. Lethal Weapon only had 4. So I love and hate that Rob reads the other bits that are us bantering amongst each other. It's hilarious and cute, but it take longer. Well, yeah, it's fine. Rundown is where you can't pee in the water, right? Because of the worms. I don't know. Better Christmas movie, Die Hard or The Polar Express? Christmas Vacation. No, Die Hard. Live Free or Die Hard is a damn near perfect movie. Is it, though? Is it? I think Mission Impossible is better than The Matrix. As far as as far as the franchise goes, and not just because of the number of movies. I think Mission Impossible just has better movies. I mean, The Matrix is a trendsetter in so many ways, but the great thing about Mission Impossible is you can really watch any of them, and it's just they're fun. So no, there's 5 Die Hard movies. So yeah. But anyway, hey, it's 10:20. We're late. So I'm going to open up the Discord and we're going to jump over there and hang out for an hour and a half. Yeah. Matrix's style resonates to the extreme. True, but I think Mission Impossible has a better overall entertainment quotient. Did I just make up a new term for movies? I don't know. I just think it's better. The 4 Matrix movies got worse and worse. Even though I still enjoyed the last Matrix movie. I know some people were like, "What?" But I actually liked the Matrix 1 is, yeah, absolutely. Later peeps, exhausted, won't be able to go on Discord. Derek, have a good one, sir. Matrix sucks because it made the world modern instead of cyberpunk like it's meant to be. Oh, well, everybody bowed down to Rufus because his opinion is the only one that matters. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Calm down. I'm kidding. But look, Rufus and Stowfox are already in here. So if you're here, come on in and we'll do the thing. We'll hang out and it'll be a good time.
I was in here once.
See? I don't even know if they could hear you. Say something again.
Can they hear us? Because Terminator did the same thing. It was supposed to be a cyberpunk world, and it's not. They're both based on the same book. It's garbage. I hear me.
What?
But I hear me through a speaker and then through your microphone. Off the nook.
So, hey. Y'all have a great week.
It sounds like we're in the room talking, like in the bathroom on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, for some reason the audio capture isn't set up for Discord. Well, I mean, I know that's. Wait a minute. I actually wonder. Hold on. What? Let me see if I.
Man.
And you know this, man.
There he is. All I had to do is reset it, and now it works. So see?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
See?
You know what you do is you broadcast the Discord to your stream at the end, and you broadcast the first 15 minutes of the hangout, and then you end it, and then people will join because they'll be like, "Oh, that looks fun. I want to be part of that."
We'd have to keep it pretty low if we do that, though, because it gets wild in here.
It gets kind of nuts sometimes. We talk about some crazy stuff sometimes.
What, like conspiracy theories? That's my fault. I can tone it down.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, hey, there's a Discord. If you want to join the Discord, join the Discord because it's in every. I think it's in every like. What do you call it? The description of every video, and it's in the chat right now. So, like that 51. Well, yeah, that's my Area 51 shirt. And
you know this, man.
That's not a shirt. That's a door hanger. It's supposed to be like, oh, you got this from Area 51. It's dumb. But anyway, hey.
It's not dumb. It's cute.
Thanks.
Damn.
There's a lot of numbers in here. There's 42 up here. There's 51 over there. Okay, that's 2 numbers. Here. Hey, y'all have a great week. And hey, y'all shut up for a second so I can end the show. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it so much. You guys know I do. And we'll see you next time. And hey, next stream, I will have already seen Project Hail Mary. So, yeah! So y'all have a good
Oh,
one.
goodbye.
Oh, good night.